All right. Ooh.
Oh my god.
Where we had last left off, guys, some shit went down. You guys had made your way from the known continent where you guys left the port of Goldenspire from Marnor, traveled to Akari Kaigan, landed, traveled north on the continent, discovering that there were some strange happenings going on. You guys met some weird things in the forest that led you to believe that there might be something larger at play. You guys found out it was called the Purple Death, which is not a great name. You guys then decided it was better to venture into the Salt Plains. Then you learned it was not better to venture into the Salt Plains. You guys then some way pulled the best card out of the deck possible, Asher, and he got his wits about him. He marched you guys out of the Salt Plains. You guys finally took a nap.
Yeah, we rolled a
Thank
natural
God.
20 to, like, not get jumped.
And then you guys finally went to the checkpoint, where you guys could have gone the whole time. Finally met with the pathologist Maori, and he told you that he would give you any amount of reward to stop this godforsaken thing from happening anymore. You guys then said, fuck it, we gotta travel then, and literally just started marching north in that instant. So, we now pick up about halfway between the checkpoint in Hanamaki, where, as of right now, yeah, I think you guys had actually, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was like nighttime whenever you guys left, because you guys slept through the day, right?
Dude, yeah, I mean, I don't really remember, but that sounds about right.
That's correct. That's how it was just about.
I think
Wait,
that you
Double,
guys
your
had
face is saying
slept,
otherwise.
like, into midday.
Huh?
Your face is saying otherwise, G.
You sent me that freaking picture of the dog.
Oh. Hey, shh. It's for later,
I don't
bro.
know.
It's later.
Yeah, when did we sleep?
I'm pretty
What's
sure
the
it
most
is.
opportune time for us to wake up? Because that's when we did.
It's 8 p.m. Fuck you guys. As you guys are leaving this checkpoint, are you guys staying on the main road? Are you guys venturing into the forest to the eastern side of the road, the western side of the road? Are you guys, because it's only about, you're assuming 4-ish hours from where you're at, it's 5-ish hours to Hanamaki. Arthur, you had seen the beam of light descending from the sky as well, and you know that there is something there in the direction of Hanamaki.
Yeah. I think we should stay on the main road because those freaking crows won't be out to get us and lead all the zombies to us.
Yeah, roads sound dope.
Or they won't be as
Of
close.
course. I like that. I like the roads. Roads are gas.
Okay.
Like, we won't have much cover, but, like, there's
We'll
stuff
handle
for
it.
the zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just say,
Fucking
battle music 6 minutes into the session, not ideal.
Shit's already about to get active. Hey, fuck you. We're
Yes, that's one question.
fucking
Say
Grand
when the
Diddy.
road is hot. Okay, battle music. Fuck.
Guys,
Does
what are you
taking
guys
the
talking
roads
about?
roll
It's
initiative?
fine. It's fine.
Not his.
Roll
Who we
initiative,
fighting?
bastard.
Who shows up, dude? Tell us.
So you guys are staying on the main road. The sun is probably like just barely peeking over the horizon right about now. You guys stay on the main road for about an hour north, and you guys realize that it's still somewhat gradually building on like this like infected ground area. You guys can see that it's not like a drastic change. So you're assuming that it's, you know, somewhat slow in progressing. It's not like it's completely taken over past this checkpoint. However, you guys notice it a little bit more, for sure. The main thing I would say is that the beam of light that you saw Arthur with the goggles on, because you clocked the position of it, you're beginning to see it a little bit without the goggles as well. Like, it's not entirely super visible, but it's just like, you know where it was, and there's definitely something in that direction.
So, how concerning would it be if that beam of light that I could only see with the magic ethereal goggles is now a bit visible without them?
I mean, shit's getting worse fast.
Means we're going in the right direction.
Seems like
I mean
it's
that too.
concentrated. Like it's dense.
So 9,000 gold is great, but I'm not saying we shouldn't try.
Brother,
I'm
I
just
need
saying,
gold.
if it's 9,000 gold, we should be expecting a 9,000 gold job.
Yes,
We're not a 9,000 gold team.
I am. The fuck?
Let's hope this is like a 200 gold job and they're just desperate.
Brother, we're never that lucky. We're never that lucky. Be
We
prepared to
need-
get active.
Everything we can, Don.
My guy, look, I'm looking up at you, right? Shut the fuck up. We got this handled. Come on now. Listen.
I mean, I'm going. I'm
Go.
walking.
The last thing I will say is that like if you're clocking like the road heading pretty much directly north, a little bit northwest, the light is a little bit due east of like the road. So it's not directly in Hanamaki, you would assume.
Like, as Arthur's going, he's just like, oh, we're gonna have to go through the forest.
How far away from the light are we?
It's hard to tell. If you actually, I will say Arthur's the only one that can make this check, but if you want to make like a survival check, I would say, because you've clocked the position for so long now.
That's not horrible.
It doesn't sound like it was good. Fuck. Come on, bro. We need more than that.
Looks like it's 13.
It's kind of hard to tell, but you've definitely gotten closer to it. It probably is about the same time away as Hanamaki, you would assume. So.
It's close.
That's so descriptive.
I don't see you doing
50.
anything.
Brother, I'm not the one who's seeing Jesus. So, can you tell
is
us
that?
where to go?
Which of you guys has the highest passive perception, by the way?
Definitely not me.
That might be me.
I have a
It's
plus.
not me, bro.
Well,
It's not
definitely
me.
not me.
I have +6.
I was not built to proceed.
Pretty good.
Yeah, because it's
I
16.
have
Oh,
+4 with advantage.
I guess my passive perception is 16.
Okay. Ansis, then, while you're walking north, something you catch a whiff of like a strange acidic, like acrid smell for a second, and you like lean over and like tap whoever's chest, and you realize they're about to like step in to what you're smelling, and it's like this puddleish looking section of ground that looks more infected than the area around it. It's like this weird purplish brownish ichor that is just like a couple millimeters thick here, but it definitely like has a strange aromatic smell to it.
And I like, do I notice this?
Yeah, I'll say all of you guys notice it whenever Ansis, points
Yeah,
it
it's
out.
like-
So-
Can I grab a stick? Like, can I find a stick?
Yeah.
Like, dip it in there and like try and pull it out, see if anything like it fucks with it or anything.
Yeah, you push the stick in, and you realize that whenever you think you're gonna hit the ground, it just kind of keeps sinking for a second.
Do I eventually hit a bottom?
No.
Hmm.
Do you still pull it out like before your hand touches and everything? I'm
Well,
assuming.
yeah, I'm not gonna touch it.
Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure. You pull it out, and the stick is still there. It looks different. It's kind of hard to describe. It's like whatever nutrients and life it had left from being like a stick and like bark is gone.
Purple
Oh,
puddle
shit.
bag.
Yo, Don, come check this out. Bro.
What's
Get
up,
ahead
bro?
of this, bro.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Got
What do you
that
think-
purple
what do
death
you-
pack right here.
What do you think this is, bro?
What you mean? I'm gonna crash down and be like, it's like not good. It doesn't look nice. Like, what the like shit, look nasty.
You wanna
Okay.
like touch it real quick, see what happens?
How about you touch it with me, big fella?
Ooh, a
Can
bonding.
we not
moment.
experiment with the purple death disease? This is like our first obstacle, and there's probably gonna be a swamp of this stuff.
Can I find a
Like,
bigger
it's-
stick? Like a longer stick?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. I want like a 4 or 5 foot stick, and I just want to see if I can hit a bottom.
Yeah, okay, it takes you like 5 or so minutes to find a stick that long.
This motherfucker
Yeah,
said.
you get down to like the same location of you're about to like touch your knuckles and you pull it back out and
Yeah, I don't
it
want to get
didn't
knuckle
touch mine.
beat. Yeah,
Ugh.
we
Pause.
that's
Pause. Sorry.
so it
Well,
doesn't
seem-
seem to have a floor. It seems to be.
We should
Forever.
watch our steps.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take out my sword and put my sword in it.
Is your sword magical?
No.
Oh no.
You stick your sword in and how far do you go?
I'm gonna just do the tip.
he changed it.
Yeah, he has changed it up.
He said I'm just gonna let it.
You stick your sword in, and as you pull the sword out, this tip is still on there. It's just a darker color than the rest of like the iron and like makeup, and like you go to like touch the tip of it, and it basically crumbles off the tip.
This bad. This real bad.
Oh, this bad. This is bad.
He saved me some experimenting because I was gonna throw some
Mhm.
shit in there and see if it
We
melted.
were gonna lose like a finger.
I will mention
Is
though,
anyone's plan to go in there?
it seems to interact with living things and non-living things differently.
Yeah, I was thinking about grabbing like a snake or some shit, but I figured
Because
it'd be
you
harder.
guys saw that like the bark and stuff didn't necessarily disintegrate. I will
How about, like,
will
stick
mention
my
that.
hand in there?
Not
You,
even do it.
you're immune to diseases though, low key.
Throw your hand in
That
there.
looks-
Yeah,
that-
you
that
touch
looks-
it. You
That
touch
looks
it.
different though. That looks different.
I'm
I
gonna-
don't think that
I'm gonna
counts.
smack
as
at his
a-
leg. Touch that shit. Stick it in
All
there.
right. I was
Wait,
thinking
wait. Hold on. It's like, why are we doing this?
we gotta know what
We're
we're up
experimenting.
against.
We have to
Like,
be
you don't
sure what
need
we're
to.
getting
We
into. We have to be sure
I-
what we're getting into.
We can just not get into it.
I'm sure
Right, we
there are
might have to
vessels
pass
of
a lake.
knowledge that are
I'm
not
fucking
this.
like of this shit.
Do I, can I,
Like, I don't.
all right, I'm gonna.
I'm gonna get my telescope out. I'm just gonna like stare dead into it.
I'm gonna shave off like a little bit of fingernail. And I'm gonna toss it in there.
I'm just like,
What the fuck do you mean shave off?
I mean, yeah,
I
it goes
with
in.
my sword.
Do you have clippers with you? You oh my fuck.
It-
I don't know what
You-
to do. I
you-
don't want to stick my finger in
You
it.
lose it in the non-translucent liquid.
Fuck me. Okay, all right.
You're
we
slamming him
continue?
for like,
I'm
oh, what are you
believe it.
doing?
I
You were
believe
telling
it.
him to get in it.
I believe it. Okay, I believe it.
Hey,
Nah,
hey,
dude,
I'm giving him a
who's
rope.
touching the puddle?
I believe it.
Like,
It's
why?
the puddle.
I believe in the
It's
puddle.
Do it. Do it.
all right, all
Puddle
right, all
wins.
right.
yeah, I
Puddle wins,
suggest
puddle wins.
you touch the button.
Now the puddle wins. I'm too scared of the puddle now.
Why don't we
Puddle
just
wins.
don't touch the
Bitch
puddle
made.
and
Bitch
never learn
made.
what it does?
Bro's
Because
got the
I don't want to
Yo,
know
look,
what it does.
Asher.
All right,
Asher,
I'm
10
gonna
gold
dunk my finger
on
in
the
there.
table right now.
You're
10
putting your
gold
finger
on
in
the
there?
table right now.
Yeah, I dunked my finger.
All
in
right,
there.
what are you immune to, Kevrick?
Diseases.
Fuck.
You're immune to disease. Okay.
But I'm gonna take it out real quick. Just a little dunk. I
Okay,
took my
so
gauntlet off, by the way. So this
it
is raw.
doesn't
finger.
feel good.
Oh, God.
Yeah, raw.
How do I want to do this?
A zombie's gonna reach out and grab his hand or something.
It's about time to get active.
You pull your finger out. Huh, this is weird. Okay. You pull your finger out. You do take 4 points of damage.
Ooh.
As it starts in your finger, but this purplish ichor seems to like reach up your skin, and then because you're immune to disease, it retracts and it just sits on your finger again.
Oh shit! This puddle is not fucking around.
Oh,
Asher, 10 gold.
Oh.
10 gold on the table. 10 gold on the table.
what
all
a
right.
surprise!
All right, all right.
Take
All right.
gold on
The
the table.
nasty purple
Touch that.
puddle is gonna kill you.
Now
Can
you
I
got a
use-
stinky finger.
Can I use lay hands on to cure the disease out of my finger?
10 gold right now.
So
Hell no, Don.
5 HP to
You
either cure disease or
Kevin,
heal life.
right
Kevrick,
now.
Kevrick, you
40
don't
gold.
need to. It's so the finger was it took the damage, but it stopped.
Uh-huh.
You didn't take any of the disease spreading.
Okay.
So
cool.
as
we'll
long
go
as you
away
wipe
over
it
time.
off, your finger's pretty much clean. It's got like some acid burns on it, but it
Yo,
you
Don,
can
wipe
tell
his
that
finger.
he doesn't have.
I'm gonna wipe it off in the grass.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Go wipe his finger. Go clean his finger
And,
for him.
and then I'm gonna heal
Oh,
myself.
no, you do it, big homie. Hey, bro, I got
This
5 gold.
is
Do it
this
right
is
now.
such a chaotic.
All right. We should keep walking on this road.
All right, let's
Ah,
focus.
bitch made. Bitch made. Yeah, let's log back in. Yeah.
No
Yeah.
one else touch the fucking puddles though, for real, for real.
Yeah, you guys keep
Thank you.
walking.
What a swan dive in the puddle.
Ansys, the smell is like all around you towards like 20 or 30 minutes later. There's more of these for sure. I will say because your passive perception like noticed that first one, the DC is low, but make a survival check for me. Just 2 people or 1 person in the group.
We help one dude out.
Yeah, so
I'll do it.
if it's 1, they're gonna have advantage.
All
Yeah,
right.
can we use sticks or something to like fill the ground in front of us?
Yeah, absolutely.
We should have one person do it.
I'll say
Just
that
one-
if
just
you
one
guys
person.
are gonna employ like a tactic or
Again.
something, I can lower the DC for you.
I mean, I rolled a 22 survival check.
The fuck? Look at the ground? Like, nigga, I'll watch where I'm stepping.
The ground is
I'm
all
fucking-
purple.
So
Ah, boy.
that's what I'm pointing out is that it gets harder and harder to realize and separate as you get closer. Is the main thing. 22 though does allow you guys to navigate it pretty well. You guys notice, one of those fucking bitch ass birds. It like lands near one and pecks into it and then flies off.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, you guys continue to get closer and closer. Are you guys gonna like camp outside of the town? Like, where are you guys headed now? Once you're like
I mean,
about
should we go to
2-ish
Hanamaki
an hour away?
first, and then?
I think Hanamaki is screwed.
Oh, actually, I think you're right. He's
Well,
right.
there's gotta be zombie people in Hanamaki, right?
Yeah.
Dude, there's gotta be zombie people everywhere.
Yeah, the thing is,
Huh?
That's hella
there's
loot.
probably gonna be zombies in Hanamaki,
Hella
but
loot.
there's also gotta be buildings left.
So
True.
I would probably rather fight like zombies and loot Hanamaki than go straight towards this beam of fucking light.
Nigga,
That-
the
yeah.
source.
Yeah, I think we should
Does-
try to see if there's anyone in Hanamaki that might be able to at least take us for the night.
There ain't no
Probably
one in
not.
Hanamaki.
And
Dude, I'm not planning to
But
ask for
I
an
do
inn.
like-
I'm planning to fucking sleep somewhere, dog.
I do like camping in a building though, compared to outside.
we
Yeah.
can
I agree.
peek into the treasury of the town while we're there.
It's like a,
we
So
know
we're
where that
thieves.
is?
We're thieves.
we've been
I'm
thieves.
I'm not going looking for that. If we pass it by,
I am not
I'm not
going
gonna
looking
look
for
for
that.
It's already nighttime. I can like pop something that makes us stealthy, and we could all go in there and just
I
start
think we
yamming on
just-
zombies.
Someone
think we
tell me
just-
where the gold is so I can avoid it.
Yeah, we should just, if we make it to town, we go in, find a building that we can fortify or at least close off the exits, and then just sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Follow-up
Gonna
question
close
then,
off all the exits.
so that I can have a clear image in my head. How close are you guys getting before you start stealthing? Like, are you guys gonna
right.
go quietly and then pass out a trace later? Or are you guys, rushing there and then going completely quiet? Like, just like the layers of it is kind of what I need to know. Because right
feel
now
like
you're
we
about
should-
2 hours away, you're assuming, based on like your previous judgment. So,
Should we
I
pop
think-
it like 30 minutes outside
Yeah,
of
like
town?
30 minutes before, and then we use that to get in, and then 30 minutes to find a place, and
Mhm.
then
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we want to hit a quick formation real quick?
the fuck
a
formation?
marching order could be useful.
Marching order could
I
be.
think Onsis is leading, right? Since he did the
Yeah.
survival check, or is
Yeah.
that?
Well,
What is-
technically,
what is-
he would be leading. He did the survival check.
Yeah, Asher would be leading then.
What's the formation?
I'll go behind Asher.
I can
I'll
get
hold
like
him back.
I can get like right in the middle.
I like
I'm
that.
holding as far back as possible.
Okay.
What is
Yeah.
this? Is this like a D&D question? Formation, marching order. What does that do for us?
Marching order just allows me to know if someone were to step into something first, that's the person who gets to
Oh,
go first.
Yeah.
sick, dude. Nice.
Like,
Yeah.
who's likely to get hit by an
You're at
ambush?
Nah, I
Yeah.
super want to be at the front of this line.
Yeah.
Well, you're the
Yes.
one. You're the one looking for the bottles, man.
No, you're right. And my ace
Yeah.
is the
You
highest.
didn't have a
We're
choice.
chilling.
Okay, sounds good. Well, that sounds like a plan to me.
Okay.
Just let me know when to pop my key points.
Yeah, let me do something real quick.
Oh boy.
Work cook, boy. Oh, boy.
Oh no.
Why can't none of us like fly through trees like some Naruto shit? We wouldn't have these
Okay.
issues.
You guys do really well at avoiding, like the puddles and everything like that. You guys don't notice anything that is immediately like endangering you. I think what ends up happening, right? You guys get a little bit closer to the town. You guys are still on the main road. You guys look to your left, your right off the main road, and it is forest pretty much. It's not super dense, but it is forest and wooded area with the cherry blossoms and the fir trees. What you guys don't notice until you hear is that there are things lurking in this forest but are not coming out to meet you. And you guys begin hearing like that clicking and like cracking and kind of like screeching noise from the trees. And birds fly overhead as you guys have not been stealthing until you guys are getting closer to the town. You guys feel like you're being watched at this point.
So how far outside the town are we?
Probably
now?
about an hour or so.
I'm gonna
How many
cast
times can
Divine
you do
Sense.
pass without trace?
Yeah, so well here's the thing, is it also I think it lasts, right, for
An hour, right?
yes. So if we're an hour outside of town, we probably should wait a little bit. We probably don't need that much time to get into a building.
Yeah. Let me cast Divine
Maybe.
Sense real quick and see if anything's super close to us.
I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I think you're gonna have a lot of fucking pings.
Yeah, so how wide of a distance is Divine Sense?
60 feet.
Yeah.
At the very edge of it, on both sides, you get a ping. Yeah.
I think because we need to lose these ones.
So do you want to
think
just
so? I feel like we can keep it pushing
Well, because they're following us, like they're keeping track of us through the forest, through the
because
sound
we're
making.
we're stuck.
Low
We're
key,
stompalomping. We're
This is gonna
stompalomping.
sound like
You
a
just-
like a bit, like a joke. What if we like just started burning the fucking forest?
No, wait, no. Let him cook. Let him cook.
Like, what if we just set that bitch on fire?
That
do
would
what
require us to
exactly?
get close.
How are we gonna set the whole forest on fire?
We
It's
can
easy.
all make that happen.
It's a forest fire.
Are these how wet these trees looking?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, I think the purple death is kind of like damp, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You
I
guys
think
had
is it
noticed
like
like
flammable?
the strange
flammable.
ichor kind of like coming out of
Yeah.
trees and stuff like that. Yeah.
So it
we
might
could
not
try
be
to light.
super
We could
flammable.
try to let one tree on fire. But what are we gonna do if we get caught in the fire? That's the second problem.
We won't.
That's
Go to-
no, that's
We
not something.
won't
It's just
is
we won't.
crazy. I'm not saying we do it right now. I'm just
What the
saying
fuck is gonna
like,
happen? The fuck is gonna happen? We're gonna stop and just hold on to the fire and be like, damn, this is really nice. Like, the fuck do you want me to do? Like, what? Like,
We are lighting a fire on the. We only have one main road, right? There's zombies on one end and then a forest fire on the other. Is that what we want our options to be?
And
I'm
isn't the
gonna be
town
okay. I'm
like,
just gonna
what
run through this bitch.
What if the town catches on fire? That's another problem.
That
we
is
also
the-
just don't know enough yet. Like I think we
yeah.
should.
I'm not saying we
this down.
should like fucking pull over and spark this bitch up right now. I'm just saying like in the future,
thought.
it's a thought.
Yeah, if it comes
Sure.
down to it, maybe we light the forest on fire.
like I think we should do the pass without trace a bit sooner than later. Maybe not an hour, but like maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's
Because
do
like we need time to
Let's do
lose them.
40
Let's try
minutes
to,
out.
Let's try to creep like for 15 to 20 more minutes and pass and pop it.
Okay. Yeah, we can attempt to just do a stealth check.
Yeah, you
like,
guys
sooner.
can keep walking for another like 20 or so minutes. They don't attack you, at least not yet, it seems. So like
Okay.
you guys can continue walking for a little bit. You guys get about 30 minutes away from town, so
All right, let's use this thing.
Well, let's take a quick gamble and let's all do a stealth check and see if we can get one natural. Go another like maybe 15 minutes and then use pass without a trace.
if you guys are remaining on the main road, it's going to be hard to stealth is the thing. So like you guys are in
Right.
the only open area around you. You guys aren't
Okay, well
carrying a
then-
light source or anything, I'm assuming, so you guys are kind of leading, a little bit. Like, the moonlight helps a little bit, unless there's
I'm gonna just pop it then. 40 minutes out.
All right.
Because like once
So-
it gets dark, we just need to rely because they rely completely on sound.
Yeah.
The only things that I think can see us are the birds.
Okay. Cool. So 40 minutes out, I'll pop pass without a trace
Okay.
on my entire party.
Yeah.
Or on myself, affecting my entire party.
Yeah, let's get Some stealth checks, guys. Add 10 to it.
Please, please
Okay,
don't be mean to
okay.
me. Oh,
All right,
16.
DM.
What's up?
13.
It's just you just add 10. That's the
Mhm.
thing.
That's
Yeah.
past that a trace, yeah. So you
Yeah,
do your
10
normal
plus your-
stealth
You don't
check.
get advantage. I
No.
don't get advantage.
No.
I just add 10.
Yeah. Did you roll a 1?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I need to know.
Rolled a 23.
Okay.
Oh,
I
So
got a-
it didn't work at all.
go
after
ahead.
the 10, I got 26.
Okay. So it is a group stealth check. However, as the woods kind of start to as the trees start to like narrow in on the pathway, you guys probably get like 5 minutes away, or probably like 15 minutes away from like Hanamaki. You guys are beginning to see like buildings in the distance on the main road. However, your scope of vision is narrowing as you get closer because like the woods are kind of enclosing. And as you guys get closer and closer, you know, you guys are keeping yourselves quiet, so it's slowing your pace down because like you guys said, they listen, so you guys are slowing down, being careful. Dawn, there is. Do you have dark vision as a gnome?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You look at, like around at your party and you realize, oh man, we've gotten pretty far, pretty well. And you just happen to take a slight lapse in judgment for a second. And what you don't notice is that there's like this tree root that kind of juts into the road. And you step on top of it. You don't trip over it or anything, but you step on top of it and it kind of decompresses. And the sound from the forest just kind of. And
Right.
you can like hear like shuffling through like bushes and shit, and it's like getting closer.
Oh shit. Who's like close to me? Who's close to me?
I'm right behind you.
Ooh, can I like slowly lift that shit up off the ground? Like lift my leg up off my ground? Off the
Absolutely,
root
you
to
can.
see?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, does it start creaking as I pick my foot up?
So as you pick your foot up, the root kind of like returns to its normal shape. There's no additional sound. You just hear something getting closer still. Like it's coming
Yeah,
to
then I'm
the
gonna
location.
I'm gonna shuffle just a little bit faster forward.
Okay.
Just move along. You know? Like,
Finally, this like limp corpse-like body leaps out of the bushes and like slams onto the ground in front of you and is just like basically spazzing in the area and kind of just like waiting.
bro, I'm just gonna stop. Dead in my tracks. I put my arm back at Arthur. I'm like, just fucking dead silent. I'm just stopping. Just
Dawn, roll another stealth check for me, and this is what's gonna determine it.
Ugh, dude, how is it? What are the chances of him rolling a natural 1 again?
Oh no!
Like,
Oh no! Oh no!
A natural 1 on our last stealth check we did to hide from these things.
funny, bro.
Did you roll another natural 1? Oh
Yeah.
my fucking god!
Can I cleave this thing's head off?
We'll get there. Hold on. Dawn, I need to ask you, would you rather I'm gonna say that you get so nervous you just let out a little fart. And suddenly this like this lumbering like body in front of you just turns in your direction and just like lumbers towards you slowly. Like it doesn't full out sprint towards you yet, but it's coming your direction. And in the distance, like to your left and right, you just begin to hear.
Fuck. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look at Arthur and be like, go forward. Just go around. And little pocket rocket, right? I'm gonna pull out another fucking metal rock out of my bag, and I'm going to fucking smoke a fucking tree.
Okay. I say it's easy enough to hit a tree. It makes this thud. It doesn't grab the attention of the one immediately in front of you. However, you do like look towards where you threw it, and there are some that are gathered at that direction now. The people coming. Did you throw it to like your left or to your right?
I threw it to my left.
Okay, so yeah, you see like a small group kind of like get attracted to it, but there's like still a couple that linger towards your direction, and then you look to your right, and there's a more lumbering towards the main road.
Okay, so let me think. How close is the one in front of me? Like, could I reach out? And
It's
touch it
getting
right now?
closer, probably like 5 feet away from you. Yeah.
I'm so okay. I need to think fucking now, actually. Fuck. Okay.
I will
What if
say the rest of you are stealthed. It does not see you. It does not hear the rest of you. It knows that there is something here because of Dawn, but it doesn't. You know, you guys aren't like audibly moving a whole bunch and everything, so I'm not necessarily starting anything yet.
I'm gonna
You
try to
still-
throw.
Do you
a
guys
fire.
have any of those noise sticks still?
I have a noise stick I was gonna throw into the forest.
Wait. I think I have an idea. Fuck, do I have to say it to make this work? Fuck, god damn it.
If it has V, it's verbal. Then yeah.
Okay. Shit. These ideas are not hunky dory.
If this thing used to be human, does it understand common language?
We know it's a hive mind, I think,
You'd have to test.
or like something like that. I think we
Well-
learned a bit about it.
Yeah, I'm afraid to attack it or anything
Me too.
because
Because I could tell
it's-
I could tell it to flee if I use command and it understands.
it's
But
not a
it's
bad
pretty
idea.
risky.
How
Yeah.
tall is it?
It's human, like a normal human height. It's a little hunched and like kind of lumbering, but it's like
Can I-
6 or so feet.
Can we tell if it's a
6
fiend?
feet tall?
Can we tell if it's
Fucking
fiend or undead?
This one isn't undead.
Ooh. Pretty
I
good
was gonna
chance it
jump
understands
over it.
English.
Wait, did we
I was
learn
gonna
that?
jump
Or common.
Was it the fiends that don't transfer it, or was it only the
It's-
undead? I forgot if we.
It's
The
the
fiends
undead
are the
ones
fiends are
spreading
the
disease.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys know that the fiends are the ones that transfer it
Okay.
from.
So this is an undead joint.
So why don't we just throw a noise stick again
Well, yeah. If we throw a noise stick, I think we should do it like.
behind us?
I think we should do it closer to like Dawn than just in the tree line, because it'll mistake that noise for what it's hearing right now. Because if it's too far, it'll think that it's a different noise.
Yeah, and then we can just walk away from the noise.
So it should be a bit closer.
Right.
What
I'm
if we
gonna
also
throw-
just like skipped a rock and that way we started it close to him and then it got farther away?
I can do that. I can do that. I don't think I have too many more of these fucking nods. If these rocks in my bag. Fuck. Let me think of something else. I have a club. I'm never gonna use this. I'm gonna pull out a fucking club, right? Because for some reason I have a fucking club, and I'm going to fucking all around, just along the ground, just in that left direction.
Okay. Dawn, this is your last attempt to make a stealth check, so make another stealth check. You see most of them like turn in that direction and begin to lumber in that direction. There's some that are crossing the main road right now, basically.
15. Wait, no, 15.
15?
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Is that with path or without a trace, or does he get that?
Yeah. You still gets past without a trace.
Oh, fuck. I've been fucking like.
No, if you roll
no,
a
I did roll-
natural one,
did
then
roll
it's
two
still a
nat ones.
natural
I
one.
rolled two nat
Yeah.
ones. Oh, but, like,
An
just
11
now-
is not
just
high
now-
enough to beat the DC anyways, so it wouldn't even be.
But this one is
I
now
have
at
a
25.
+4. I have +4 to stealth, so it's like it'd be 25. Yeah, with the
Cool.
pass without
Yeah,
trace.
perfect. Okay. As there's this like small horde crossing the street, you begin to see that like some of them are wearing clothes still, and there's some that aren't. And then there's like one that looks a little more feminine, and then there's one that just like looks like it has no previous gender. It almost is like feature. You can start to tell which ones are the fiends and which ones are the undeads. The more you guys spend time around them. However, with the stealth checks being what they were, you guys kind of weave through this horde, and weave, and weave, and you guys begin to see buildings. You guys are on the edge of Hanamaki now.
Weird. All right,
Straight out
guys.
of Walking Dead.
Let's
Yeah,
let's find
I'd-
a place to get in.
Well, yeah, I'd
This
like
is
to.
The Last of Us. This is The Last of Us. I don't know the fuck you talking about. The Walking Dead.
Can I scale a tree really quick and just take a look into the town? Is there one that's high enough where I can just see? I want to like minimize our time looking and just have a sense of direction. Or do I know Hanamaki? I feel like I might know Hanamaki.
You've passed through here, but you've never like stayed. I will
I'll
say
do it
that
for safety.
yeah. So if you want to scale a tree real quick, make a perception check for me with no advantage because you're just using sight.
Yeah. 13.
God damn, I got something behind. Sorry about that.
I can give him my telescope for advantage.
Yeah, if you want to do that, I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, so roll with advantage.
Well, yeah, that was sick. 23.
Okay. Honestly, the town looks about what you thought it would be. There's a lot of figures lumbering in the streets. There's a lot of, like, what you're assuming are these purple death zombies, like, basically in a stasis, just, like, lying on the ground. You see that there's some, like, decapitated and stuff in the ground, on the ground. There's some wandering the streets that are wearing the Imperial Guard uniform. There's some that are wearing just normal clothes. There's some that are wearing nothing, so you're assuming those are the fiends. The one weird thing you do notice is a light source, like on the northwestern side of the town. Not like a bright one, but since you rolled high enough, it's like coming through one of the like rice paper like sheets. You can just see it briefly, and if you take more than like 30 seconds up there, you see it extinguish as well.
Okay, I'll shimmy down the tree and well, actually, before I do that, I mean, up at the top, do I know what kind of building that is? That like, do I know it by just like knowing the types of architecture around here? What kind of like building it would be?
It's probably a residential type, yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's probably just like a home of some sort. Most of like the windows and everything in this part of the world on the Akari Kaigan are like that thin paper-like, and they are like usually sliders to just be completely open and then closed whenever they need to be.
So after I shimmy down the tree, I'll touch base with the comrades and just say, just let them know, obviously, that there's somebody in the town. So I think there is a presence within this town that is still like alive, not undead or decrepit. I saw a light source in a residential building, and it extinguished shortly after my time up at the top of the tree. I have reason to believe that hopefully that might be somebody who can give us some insight on this situation, and also I think anybody who's alive is a friend. And if they're not a friend, hopefully we can diffuse that somehow. I think it's in our best interest to maybe try and link up with whoever's still left in the town.
I like that plan. We need more information. They're gonna have it.
Yeah, because if they're hunkered down, that means they've seen some shit, hopefully, and
That
Might
means they
have
also
an
have a
idea on-
dedicated way of dealing with this.
yeah.
Exactly.
They might have an idea on how to close the portal as well. That's the only way we get our money.
So
Is it
we've
a
got,
portal?
The money.
well, I
Yes.
don't know.
Because if we
So-
close the portal, that doesn't really
Fuck.
solve the problem. I mean, it stops it from getting worse.
It's our
Maybe.
best bet right now.
True.
From that point, we can handle it. You know.
Oh yeah, we can.
I would like to traverse the town while we still have some time with the Pass Without a Trace. So, do I have time?
You guys have
How
about
much time do we have
20 minutes left, 30 minutes left? Yeah.
So
Right,
we need to
let's
move
get
with some
moving.
haste, and I'm gonna like gather everybody and tell them to follow me. I'll take lead now.
These streets get precarious, y'all. I will say, you guys remember like the scene, like the one of the on the first episode of The Walking Dead where he like turns a corner and there is just like a fuck ton of zombies on the street? Ansys, you noticed at least one of those. You're not sure if that's a lot of streets or not, but you guys are going to have to navigate through this area towards this light in a safe manner. How are you guys going to go about doing so? Like, 'cause you guys can stealth up to corners and, like, check corners and everything, but just, like, avoiding zombies, avoiding, like, kind of large crowds.
What I
stuff
would like
that.
to do is in the vicinity of where we're at the given moment in time, I'd like to use my slippers to climb up a building
Sure.
and just be able to like direct basically. Like I'm gonna be like, obviously I
Okay.
can't say anything,
Perfect.
but if they can at least see me in the moonlight, I can be like directing them like zombies there, don't go that way.
Well, Arthur
Okay.
can keep on shooting messages back and forth too, right?
This
Sure,
will
yeah.
lower the DC then. Everyone on the ground will have to make a dexterity check just to be able to avoid every single one, and then this will avoid large encounters as well.
And
Not good.
if Asher talks to me, I can talk back, so he'll
So,
kind
yeah.
of be the line of communication.
So you guys still have very good stealth checks, so this also helps. So the DC is not very high.
Yeah.
But you guys are kind of bobbing and weaving through these streets right now. So.
I don't
I
want to.
rolled-
I don't want to. I don't want to roll this.
I don't
dude.
either, but you know.
What do I need to
great-
roll for anything?
I have terrible.
Right now you
dexterity.
don't, Ansys.
Okay.
No.
All right,
Hans is just jumping from roof to roof, hanging
I got a
out.
17.
Okay.
Dexterity?
Yeah.
Rolled a 14.
That's a 6.
A 6, a 14.
Oh, Basata. I got 8 total.
Okay.
Is that with disadvantage or advantage? Disadvantage
So,
or advantage?
It's flat. The DC
Neutral?
was just lowered and lowered and lowered. Okay.
I got 8. Ooh. Ooh.
Not good.
Okay. You guys do really well for a while. You guys pass a thoroughfare that you guys look down it, and it is just like 100 of them. Hanamaki is not massive, but it is populous. It's a couple thousand people in it. So you guys are unsure of, the extent of the damage done yet, but you guys see a thoroughfare with just 100 or so. You guys pass through there, you guys take a right turn, a left turn, and Ansys, you're leading them to like the location you last saw that light, right? Okay. You come to like a 4-way intersection, Ansys.
Yeah.
And there is one direction that's kind of good, and you kind of point them in that direction, and you guys kind of like exhausted at this point, kind of trying to get through it as quickly as possible. Kevrick, you like lean up against one of the walls, and what you don't realize is that like there's one of the, we'll call them walkers for now because I don't know what else to call them. Like he's like severed in half, but the torso part of it is leaned up against the wall, and as you like step onto it, you didn't think it was alive, and it like tries to grab at your ankle now.
Oh shit. So it's got my ankle.
And it just and it grabs onto your ankle. And
I'm gonna take my
you,
oh,
Ansys, you look down the thoroughfare and just a couple heads turn at first. So the left, so if it's a 4-way like this, a 4-way intersection, you guys came from like the south intersection, and you guys are gonna head into the left one, so like the west direction. The other two are basically like blocked off and no-goes. And you guys see Ansys, you see the north one kind of like turn towards you guys, and it's not all of them yet, but there was a couple that kind of got alerted by like this noise and this being like grabbing on to Kevrick.
I'm gonna point up to Ansys and say, "What do you see?"
North and east, definitely a no-go. Full of the undead. From here on out, we need to be really, really slow and careful.
There is still one grabbing onto Kevrick's ankle and just like.
How damaged does this guy look?
I mean, he doesn't have legs, so.
Okay, I'm gonna take out my short sword and stab him in the face.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you and just and kind of like right through the mouth, and it like jets into the stone behind it, and you pull it out, and it doesn't seem to make any more noise. However, there are some coming towards the intersection now from the north side, probably like a good 15 or so.
Is there a door behind me?
I would say there's one close, but not directly behind you.
I'm gonna see if I can slide in that door in that building. Actually, first I'm gonna cast Divine Sense to make sure no one's in the house.
You're doing this shit fast.
If you're casting Divine Sense, you know that there's two more in the house.
Ooh, okay, all right, never mind. We ain't going in the house.
You like peek around the corner, like where you think the door is, and the door is open. So.
Okay, so they're coming at me, kind of north side, just kind of.
They're coming at all of you guys right now because all of you guys are together. So.
You bastard.
Oh shit.
They're working off of a last known location, so let's just try to keep sneaking around.
Yeah, you guys still have good stealth, so.
Yeah,
It's like that radius in MGS5, where it's like this general area where they knew where we were. If we just get out of it, we'll be out of the search area.
Just put the box on and move.
Yeah.
We're on 1 star right now.
Hostile.
Alright,
Okay.
let's get creeping.
You guys get a little bit closer, Ansys, you're doing a good job at directing. However, you guys did not pass as a group. You guys get close. But then, Don, you were the one that rolled the 8, right?
That's not fair, bro.
So Don and Kevrick, you guys kind of like lag behind because you're a little bit slower. You guys aren't like used to like stealthing for this long. The plate armors, your gadgets are kind of, you guys are getting a little bit exhausted taking this long. And all of a sudden you guys like come to like a left turn in the buildings or something. And suddenly, like Don and Kevrick kind of like turn the corner at the same time, and Kevrick just clink kind of runs into one. And Don, you like hit the back of his leg and just clink.
Don, we gotta fuck this shit up, dog.
And there's about 14 or 15 that turn towards your direction again. Ansys, you know that you're pretty close. You're about a minute away from probably like getting there.
Yeah, can I make like a native bird whistle, like
Sure,
and like
yeah,
try
absolutely.
and get them to like get distracted by something else other than that, and then obviously move from that location. Like it's kind of a.
With the proximity of Don and Kevrick to this one being, I don't think it's going to be possible.
Okay, well then maybe I don't do that.
Is this a human looking one?
This is not.
Oh,
It's just a.
Bro,
oh,
we need to
damn,
apply distance. So what do we get? We need to
Don.
fucking body check this dude.
Yeah,
Your
we gotta
space.
fuck
but
this guy up.
I don't know if we can kill it silently, but
A couple more
I think we
turn
can.
and
I
kind
think
of
we can.
and
Right?
start
We
walking
just have
in
to
your direction.
apply this.
The one that you guys ran into, if you guys are like backing away from it, he is like stumbling forward in that direction to try and reach something.
Okay, so we don't have to kill it, but we either need to stop it from moving or shut it the fuck up, right? So which one are we doing real fast, right? We can hit the Achilles tendons and just drop this motherfucker and move
Cut
around.
its fucking
right?
head off.
Can I take a firecracker and throw it further down the street the other way to make some noise and then chop this dude's head off?
I guess
I
we
don't-
could both actively be trying to cut its head off. That would go crazy. That would
So
go crazy.
I don't know if the
My
noise ordinance is
I
the
was about
best
to
thing
say
do.
my current issue is that he knows you are like the undead knows you are close because you ran into him and there has not been more noise to move away. They
I know,
are
but the
so
firecracker is for the other guy, so they don't hear me absolutely chopping this shit.
okay. Okay, I get you. Okay, I'm on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that
'Cause it's gonna get
you
a
can
little
throw a
noisy.
firecracker without accuracy or anything like that and just like throw it in that general direction. I'd say that's pretty easy. So you light the firecracker.
Yeah.
Also
Throw it.
gonna alert the person who's in this town.
And then you guys hear a like surround system of
Yeah. And me and Don are killing this
throughout the
dude.
city.
Why
Yeah,
we're in the
stay
middle of this?
calm.
Why we're in the middle of this? Me and Don are killing this guy real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if they're all yelling, Arthur will help. He's like, all right,
Okay.
this is
Yeah.
He's gonna take the axe out and just try to kill it.
And I just imagine that me and Arthur are just.
I
or
think
me and Arthur,
that if
we're
the
just coming in
four
just
of you
pop.
guys are gonna take a turn on killing this fucking dude, he dies.
Okay.
Yeah, easy to.
Yeah.
Bing.
Like we fucked this dude up.
You guys like turned a corner and kind of ran into it, and you guys see that like a door is closed and a zombie sprints through the paper door and like collides into the wall and then like turns towards the location of the sound and like sprints towards the sound, and you guys can begin to hear like at first subtle like footsteps and then just like a stampede sound coming from a certain direction.
I say we slide in this house real quick.
I don't. Well, the house is not secure.
Well, we gotta
It's
get
not,
out of the way. The stampede's coming. I can
Well, is
cast
this
a
Oh,
Fine,
we're
fine.
about to get, we're about to get trampled. Fuck,
Well, that
you're right.
that depends on where the stampede's coming from. Is it coming from where we're going?
You guys
Well, we just
take
gotta
you
get
guys
out of the
take
way.
just a brief second, and it's from the direction you came because you guys had passed that four-way intersection, and that you're assuming that it's like kind of splitting right now, but that direction where you guys came from is quicker, so like that direction is being filled with quite a few.
So we could keep on going down this alleyway.
Because we turned a corner, so they're going to be coming straight through, but we're
Yeah.
going to be going this way.
So we can keep on going down this alleyway. Or is
Yeah.
that zombie? Is that zombie? Can we let him like run by and then we just kind of skimper behind him?
So yeah, like one kind of comes and collides and then sprints by,
Yeah.
and then you guys see more coming into the street in front of you as well. Like there's gonna be more coming this direction.
I say we can dip in the house. I can cast Divine Sense, see if anything's in there, and we wait for these guys to run by.
Okay.
I think that's the best. I think that's our best
Yeah,
option.
'cause-
All right,
Kinda
I'm gonna
for
cast
now.
Divine Sense real quick, see if anything's in the house.
No, he was the only one in there.
All right, and then I'm gonna kind of skimper into that home.
Okay.
Like a
Easy
rat.
slink behind
Ansis,
that
are you gonna
motherfucker.
try
Yeah.
and follow them in? Or are you staying on top of the roof, or?
I am gonna be on top of the roofs.
Okay.
I think that's
Rooftop
a good
runner.
plan.
Yeah, so I can just like at least survey. I'm looking out too if I see the light source again, because now that there's commotion,
Okay.
do I see in the same location maybe somebody turned on
Fucking
a
Christ.
lamp again?
A couple minutes pass, Ansis, and there is just hundreds swarming to this location. In fact, it's starting to pile up into this intersection to where it's going to block the door that you guys are in right now.
Is there a back door?
There's a back door. You don't know what it leads to, but
We just go up.
That's a-
potentially.
Up
You
how?
you're gonna have to tell me how you're gonna climb out of this building and onto the top.
Well, how tall is this building?
It's a one-story building, but it's, 10, 11, 12 feet, so.
Okay,
Um,
let's-
So, hold on. If we can get to the outside of it, I can put the immovable rod like halfway up. You grab onto it, get yourself up. You grab the roof. You're up there.
Ansis, you notice these like hundreds of people, hundreds of undead. And the other thing you notice is you look across the way, and there is a man in like leather-studded armor, and he has a bow and arrow, and he's looking at you. Or sorry, no, he's not looking at you, but he's looking at the crowd of like zombies, and he's trying to discern what is happening clearly. Like he's very analytical right now. He's like looking, he's holding, he's just like being very analytical. And something clicks for him, and he darts back the direction you saw the light from.
If I move 10 feet before, you said it's about 10, 11 feet?
Yeah, it's like a normal one-story building. So.
Because my normal high jump that I can jump, I think, without making a roll is 8 feet.
Okay.
That's my vertical, I think. So
Yeah.
I could just jump up if I just.
Fucking 8-foot vertical is insane.
Yeah. So
What?
the only thing that I will have everyone that's jumping up to the top do is roll a dexterity check. It's a pretty low DC, especially with the help if you're using the immovable rod. It's just because you guys are like actively doing something, it's gonna be potentially something to make noise. So.
17.
Okay.
I guess I gotta go with
Okay.
it. Fuck.
16.
Now see, for the plot, right? No, not for the plot.
You can get
I'm
eaten
not
by zombies
exactly-
if you want. You can make another character.
I'm not exactly a vertically bound, vertically
I got an 11.
blessed person.
Okay.
You know. How the fuck am I supposed to get up?
Can I?
I'm
If,
just
if we
gonna-
get up
I'm
there,
just
can
gonna
I
reach
help
my
him?
halberd.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
I'm
can
gonna
we
just
don't-
reach my halberd down, and Don can kind of grab onto the end of it, and I'm gonna pull him up.
Bets. I like that. Let me do the roll.
Yeah. The DC was only 10, so. Yeah. Okay. You guys get up there, and there's like a single second where like a single shingle kind of like slides, and someone grabs it, and they're like these ceramic shingles. So like if it drops and shatters, it's gonna be a pretty loud noise.
I think Arthur snatched it, and he's trying to not like let out a sigh, so he's like,
You guys are on top of the same building, and you guys can see a somewhat easy path to, like, if you guys want to follow Ansys because he saw like the light.
Mhm.
However, Kevrick and Dawn,
So heavy.
the two of you are gonna have some issues jumping across these like thoroughfares. So I'm gonna need like either a creative way to like help them across,
Can I
Or
throw
or they're gonna be
Don-
rolling.
Can I throw
Wait, can
Don
I ride
across?
with Can I ride with Arthur? Like, I can grab on the fucking shoulder, you know, be like hooked on for a bit, you know. Bro, he's strong. He has
I know.
an
I'm
8-foot
trying to
fucking
I'm trying to think of how much you weigh. Like,
What if,
like
what if
150?
me and what if
150?
me and Arthur? No way, you weigh 150. You're 3'5".
I was about
I'm
to say, you're
throwing-
like
I was
50
I was
pounds.
highballing. I was
That's
highballing, bro.
I
Like,
think me and Arthur could easily throw Don across. He's like the size of a small child.
think-
See,
I
I
don't think we
think
should
so
throw
too. I think
I
so
don't think
too.
we should throw him, because if we throw him, he has
throw
to
equals
to land.
noise.
Yeah,
Guess what?
because if we throw him, he has to land, which is gonna make noise.
No, you go across. I throw him. You catch him.
Oh, you want me to catch? That's still a little scary.
Okay. It's like leapfrog with Dawn. I like it.
Yeah, like
Okay.
I don't want the responsibility of having to catch him. 'Cause I
You
think I
got
could
me,
just-
bro, I'm cooked.
I think I could just take him with me. I don't think he weighs that much. I have a 20 strength.
I do not disagree. I think the only roll I'm gonna need is probably a strength check from Dawn to hold on. And then if something happens, then there will be a reactionary check.
Okay.
But Kevrick, you're wearing full plate armor still. So the issue is that even though your stealth is really high, I have a hard time believing that you jumping 8 feet across the thoroughfare is going to be silent unless you make at least one check for me and tell me something creative or something. Like, do you have like
Right.
oil or something you can oil your fucking hinges with?
I'm thinking.
No, I mean,
I get
wait,
the
I have
immovable
grease.
rod.
I have grease. I have grease.
I think if I get the immovable rod, right, and I kind of jump across and click it and hold on to it and then swing my feet forward and then they grab my feet when I get across and then kind of lower me down gently.
So it's going to be slow, but I like it. I like it. Okay. Dawn?
Who said
'Cause
you
I'm
could use
kinda-
my rod?
My brother, we in trouble.
Dawn, what's
I'll
your
lend you my
strength check
rod.
at?
Strength check? Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
a very high DC, so.
It's 8.
Fucking Christ.
Bro, you need to buy some weighted dice or some shit.
Bro, they kicking my ass.
You need that
bro.
21 Savage dice.
You guys are going really slow and eventually pass out of Trace Falls. Dawn, you're holding on to Arthur, and Arthur takes a step back. And as Arthur takes off, your grip just loosens ever so slightly, and you feel like you're about to fall. And you're like over a street right now. Arthur, you feel this too. You feel him like beginning to fall as you're in the air.
Mage
Like,
hand
bro,
your
I
butt.
can't grab on tighter. The fuck? Do I not like? Nigga,
mage
my
hand-
life is on the line, bro. Like, what? Let me think.
I think that the fairest thing is that there's a reactionary between the two of you. So like if you want to like give someone advantage or something, like tell me how to help each other, like something like that. So
I think
Well,
I'm gonna
like,
do something, but it's
if
probably
he's-
gonna hurt Don.
Bro, I could like grab on to his hand. If you reach your hand, like nigga,
Oh,
you
yeah,
give me
'cause
some
what
more.
Arthur
If
was
you
thinking of
grab
doing-
me,
Because if Don's like hugging like around his chest, Arthur was just gonna clamp down his like elbows
yeah.
okay, yeah,
to like
okay,
restrain his like hands to him.
okay, yeah. No, I like it. I like it. Go ahead and just roll a strength for me. A strength check for me.
Me or
Nah, Arthur. Yeah, you're good.
what?
17.
I think that he's
gonna
basically
crush John's arms.
incapacitating you. Yeah, you fucking clamp down and basically like cannonball into the roof, and you like catch yourself, and it was definitely quieter than if you would let him fall. I will say that a lot of the beings have moved towards the sound of that firecracker. You guys don't catch any attention still because there was just so many of them that moved in that direction.
Shout out Firecracker.
Okay. Yo, shout out.
Do you have ropes? Just tie yourself.
Okay, yeah, I could like I reach in my bag for fucking like I always have the right tool. I guess, bro.
Okay, Mickey Mouse.
Nigga, it's my mouse tool, bro. Come on now.
My rope is wet and in the fucking grass by the warehouse.
Ansis, they're the leather armored man with the bow appears over one of the ridges of the roof, and you just hear a little and he kind of like tries to like wave and like kind of get your guys' attention real quick.
I'm gonna like,
Just like he's not
Yeah,
making
well-
moves, but he's like
yeah, we'll like make sure we like acknowledge him for sure.
He puts two hands up like this as like a halt, and then he kind of like points down.
Do I perceive this man?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I will say he's making himself pretty noticeable, like visibly.
No, I mean like, can I look like? Can I just look at him in depth?
Yeah.
Pause.
I mean, like, what are you trying to discern? Like his facial
Look
features?
into his eyes.
I'm trying to. Well, yeah, I'm trying to see like if he's chilling, if he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
sick, if,
He's
like-
got like
he's
an eye
cooling.
patch over his right eye.
Mm.
He has very short hair, leather, like brown, black leather armor, and a bow slung over his shoulder with like a couple arrows in a quiver. Very like thin, like short black hair, like almost like a military buzz cut is what I would call it.
Gotcha.
Well,
But
I'll
he's
go
like
with- yeah.
pointing down, like
Yeah,
this
I'll
right now.
also motion to like the party as well, just like follow his lead. So I'll kind of like try and get everyone to halt for a second.
Okay.
So motion down. Like, can we look at what he's pointing at down there?
Yeah, let's take a look.
So like he's like leaning, he's like on top of like an edge, and he's just like pointing down, and I will say that he like disappears behind the ridge after a second, and gets onto like the street, and you Onsis like trying to like see him again. You see him like on the corner of a building on the street, and he's basically like beckoning you to him, or you guys to him.
Okay. So we can jump down. He's saying it's chill.
You guys are assuming that he's saying that you guys can get down.
Bet. Let's do that then.
Okay. I'm gonna jump down off the roof.
okay.
Gracefully.
Gracefully. Yeah, big dog. Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna like right before I hit the ground, pop the movable rod and just.
All right, give me my fucking rod back, brother.
Yeah, Arthur's just gonna lower himself down.
I was about to say, okay. I don't think I'm gonna require a check. I think you guys can do it slowly enough where it's okay.
I'm back.
This does a
on that
gainer
bitch.
off the fucking.
Yeah.
Henrik was just wham! Oh, great.
This man, he's like on the corner, and he looks down like the thoroughfare, like from the direction you guys came. He looks at all of you, just does like a quiet, and then he kind of gets into like a stealthy squat, and he begins to kind of like crouch sprint in the direction that you, Ansys, had seen that light from. So
Great. I'll follow.
You have another past that trace, perchance.
Yeah, I do. Pass that a trace. Boom.
okay, yeah, that honestly, I won't even. I think you guys at this point have distracted them thoroughly enough, and you guys will like return to your previous stealth checks. Another like 5 or so minutes, and you show up at the front door of a relatively simple looking home, and he kind of slides it, takes just a peek inside, and he steps inside, and before like he like lets all of you guys in, if you guys follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He shuts the door. He makes sure like all the windows are and everything are like closed shut as well. Well, not a place I would imagine to have made a lot of new friends. My name is Captain Drix, and he just extends a hand to like the group for someone to shake it.
Word. I
Oh.
got you. Big
Nice.
dog.
Yeah, he shakes your hand immediately.
Thank you. Thank you for the refuge.
We appreciate
Yeah.
it.
So why are you guys here? Like, what? We've been trying to get any sort of contact out of the city, and no one has made it back.
Who's we?
So you guys don't know if there's survivors. Okay, cool. He goes, follow me. And he like takes into like a living room section, and there's like a hatch on the ground, and he lifts it up, and it's like a somewhat dark room, but you do see some light, and there's like 10 or so people huddled around this light right now.
Fellas. What's
What up, people?
good?
Nothing's good, bro. Don't
Do you guys like go into the hatch? He's gonna like get on the ladder and like climb down. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
we
will.
Yeah, I guess we'll drop
What's this
it.
guy's name
We'll
again?
drop it.
Captain
he
Drake.
said Captain Drix, Drix.
That's hard. That's hard.
Good name.
Good name, good name.
Good name.
He goes, we're assuming that there's probably some more groups like us holed up somewhere. You know, I'm sure some have starved by now, some have gotten eaten, whatever. But I hold hope that there's more than 12 people alive in this city.
That would be good news, because on the way here, we definitely didn't see any people like that.
Another figure stands up, and he says, excuse me, Cap, who the fuck are these people? And you can see he's wearing, like, pretty fine, like, black clothes. I would say you guys, like, kind of can tell that he's somewhat of, like, a practiced, like, in the medical field, because he's wearing, like, a physician's, like, coat and stuff like that. Like a pretty... He looks like he belongs in the job. Like, it's pretty obvious. And the captain just looks at him and goes, everyone, this is, the doc, Dr. Lee Trovis. And then the doc looks at you and goes, yeah, first name Lee, last name Trovis. Separate those.
What a loser.
You guys can refer to me as Dr. Trovis, please.
Sure thing.
Well, it's
Lee.
a pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
Yeah. Hopefully it's likewise. What are you guys doing here? Captain
Well-
Drix looks at the doc and goes, okay, look, Trovis, you don't gotta be such a... Dr. Trovis. I don't give a fuck, Doc. And he just looks at all you guys, but I would like to know what you guys are doing here as well.
Ideally, to stop
Solve
this.
the issue. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Lee, we can surely leave, of course, if we're not welcome.
Look, man. It's been a rough 2 weeks. Honestly, you can leave if you want. We don't got
You
enough
know,
food
that's-
for. We don't
That's
have
so
enough food for
weird.
17 people. So.
Nah, that's real shit. That's real
We're not
shit.
here for your food. We do appreciate the at least immediate shelter. We don't have to stay long, but we may have some goals that are in common.
Do you
Right.
guys happen to see a light about east of here?
Honestly, the two that look knowledgeable about any of this, Trovis and Drix, look at each other. Honestly, no. We've been pretty eyes to the ground, trying to move people here, trying to clear certain buildings, get food, stuff like that. So, we sent someone out of the town, and they're not back. So either they made it to paradise or dead along the way. But
Who
Were they-
was that?
Were they on horseback?
they were not on horseback. No. It was a former member of the guard. His name was fucking.
John
No,
Twain.
what's his name?
His name was John Travolta.
What's his middle name?
Johnny and Travolta.
John Suzanne Travolta.
Yeah.
I don't think we saw anyone.
I think Suzanne Travolta might be dead.
Or left you off the deck.
Fuck, God damn it.
He might be undead.
Guys, can we pray for John Suzanne Travolta real quick?
Look, honestly, I doubt the gods are gonna answer if they're letting this shit happen. He goes, I'm not gonna fucking pray. I don't have a god that I pray to. So,
Prayers up to Theismir.
Well, Arthur, should we fill the doctor in?
Well, that depends on. You might know more about this than us. Somewhat. We only know that there are fiends and undead.
I'm gonna message Ansis really fucking quick and tell him that no one else should know that we are being contracted to do this, if that's what you're talking about.
the doc looks at all of you upon like some information being like said, and he says, "Look, I would love to try and help you guys out. However, I am useless in this basement. If I am to do anything, I need to get to my lab."
Where's your lab?
All the way across the city.
We're 1 for 1 on escort services, so
It's past the zombies.
So here is the issue. My lab. Did you guys come from the south, the north?
came from the
Came
south.
from the south.
Okay. So about there, back towards the entrance of the town. You guys passed
Ah.
right by it, actually.
Nice.
Wonderful. Why haven't you gotten to your lab yet?
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just
That's
That's
Drix.
real shit though. That's
That'll
real
do it.
shit. I
That'll
can't
do it.
hate on my nigga. He real for that. He real
So
for that.
what do you know immediately about these entities? Let's draw some conclusions. Let's check our balances and just like if you know something and we know something, then we know that that's something we can exploit.
Yeah,
I think that's where we should start.
For sure, for sure. We have tested kind of two things. We tested at first if one their sight. We tried to figure out a way to basically maneuver through the city safely. Sight basically doesn't matter to them, which is strange because if you say that there's some that are fiends and some that are undead, in my mind, to me that means that wherever the fiends are coming from doesn't have a lot of light. Maybe no light. Which is concerning to me. I don't know. I have a hypothesis, but needs some
Are they coming
further
from
testing.
underground?
Well, that leads me to my next question. Do you guys know what the light is?
I was about to kind of pose a thing with that. I mean, if they were from an environment with too much light, would it just burn their eyes out?
Hmm.
There's a giant beam of light. It's magical stuff. I have something that can see into the ethereal plane, and there's a giant beam of light not too far east of.
You know what? I might quite like to get my hands on a cadaver of sorts. That could probably tell us a lot before we even go to my lab. All I would need is a knife and probably could be okay.
What's a cadaver?
A dead
A dead body of
body.
sorts, yeah.
Perfect.
One that I can study.
I was asking about table, sorry.
I would prefer a fiend if that could be.
Do we know how people are contracting this disease? Have you seen it happen?
We saw quite a few. At first, we were unsure, but then it became very clear as we saw one of our friends get mauled, and then he, chased us 30 seconds later. So,
Okay. So we've heard
not actually 30
similar
seconds. It
stories.
seems to be about like a minute or so, maybe 2 minutes of like transfer time.
Mhm.
However, it's quick. It's fast
Yeah.
acting. Once it starts, it doesn't stop. So.
Okay.
It doesn't stop even if say they get bit in the arm, you cut the arm off, they're good.
Haven't had the ability to try.
If this is a magical disease, if you killed the thing that bit you before it goes through, would that stop it somehow? Or is this purely a biological thing?
That's a good thought.
Because
It's
from what we know, only the fiends train, not the undead.
that is really good information. Off of that, I have another hypothesis. However, this all started about 2 weeks ago. I would really like to get my hands on an undead cadaver as well, and then I can prove two things probably, or disprove two things. My current thought is that this disease might be basically killing their host in a certain way. If only the fiends are transferring it, then potentially either their end is to become a fiend somehow in an unbiblical and ungodly way. They would transform into a fiend, or their body basically just dies off and the disease can't survive in them for too much longer. I don't know. It's an interesting thought. I think that truthfully, if I can study both, then I can probably get the answer. So
Do we need cadavers in your lab? Like, do these need to be delivered to your lab, or is that something we can do here?
the lab would be useful for trying to find something to combat it.
Well,
to
then we
combat
should
the
definitely
disease?
use the extra effort to do that.
I don't disagree. Drix goes, guys, we also have other survivors. We can leave them here. I don't know what your guys. I would like to escort. Ultimately, I would like to escort the doc. I think that trying
Yeah.
to stop this thing is more important.
Yeah,
However,
Drix, you're coming with us.
do I just leave this? He kind of looks back at the group. Do I just leave the rest of them here?
Well, how much food and water's left? How many days?
Probably like 4 days amongst the people that we found. So it's a pretty
I
decent
mean,
amount.
if they're safe here, I think that that's not a bad idea as long as they lay low. I think that escorting a bunch of other people is just too many factors. Like, I don't think we need to move necessarily as a group. We should stay smaller.
I
How
agree.
long would it take you to find this stuff out if you get the boys?
Probably 2-3 hours. I could have a somewhat definitive answer.
Oh, that's really good.
Our plan was to get here, sleep, and then go to whatever that light is. But we could, if it only takes that long, we could.
I would
potentially-
need both cadavers. I would need
Yeah.
I would need a fiend and an undead.
Well, we do have a way to manipulate where they go, since the city's so silent already. Do you have any more of those firecrackers?
I have 3 left, and I think I have a good idea on how to distract these guys while we grab these bodies and move the dock.
We could also... We don't need to really go as far. How much weight would a firecracker add to an arrow?
Ooh. Drix says,
Ooh.
I've been shooting bow
Bing.
since I was 6 years old. I think I can manage.
So, the chance that could manipulate where they're going to at least thin their numbers a bit. And, I mean, killing them... We killed one of them out there. It wasn't too difficult. It just took a couple of us to take ones by surprise.
So we know that we can use that one if we go back to the spot of the body.
Do
That was a
we...
fiend.
Drix speaks up. Do we want to have a move dock team and a distraction team, or do we want to move as one?
Yo, nah, I think 2 teams would be crazy.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
Expedite the process.
Alright, so the
no
moving
matter
dock will be
what-
also the ones recovering the body, because the body that we do have is in that group that got gathered.
Well, I was thinking.
Yeah, you guys did a fucking number out there, by the way. That is... Honestly, now that it's quieted down, we haven't really, like, heard a whole lot happen. There's been an errant scream here and there of people being eaten, I will admit. However, this is the largest amount of them in one spot I have seen. So...
Could manipulate them slowly, just gradually move them.
What I'm thinking is that the way this town is set up is that it's mostly 4-way intersections and then a couple errant streets. So if we stay to some of the streets towards like the western side, on the side that we're already on, and basically move the dock southward as far as we can before having to move towards the center, like thoroughfare towards the lab. And then we have a distraction team on the northeastern side. It could just basically be putting the most ground between us, and then somehow the distraction team would either have to circle out of town or circle back. So...
Well, I can be on some sort of distraction team because I'm probably the most maneuverable. If that's checks out with you guys.
I was
can
thinking.
move fast, but it's not going to be.
Yeah. I was thinking what we could do. I know. Could we, like, put together some sort of fuse for the rest of these firecrackers or the noise sticks I have? That way they're timed to go off at different times. And then have Onsis run around and play some places.
I think if we use the bow, we might be able to avoid having to be at a certain location
Mhm.
to do the distraction. I think we can avoid the circling back if we utilize the bow and arrow.
I think
Well,
we
that's-
should do the bow.
That's what I was thinking with the fuses, is Onsis could go out, place them, light them, and then they'd go off in, like, hour intervals or something like that.
I don't know if we have access to, because like the firecrackers are probably pretty small.
An hour of fuse time is a lot of
That's a lot of fucking views, bro.
Like a good
I think
rope.
if Drix has a bow, we shoot in a direction, and then we can also be in the place we need to be to snatch up the thing that we need. Because we do know, I mean, didn't we see at least one, like we have a fiend that we killed, and there's one undead somewhere that has no legs. And we would have a increased advantage on that just to snatch it up, because
That
it has
dude's
no
already dead.
legs.
Yeah, the undead one's like near the entrance, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was somewhat
it's
close,
close.
yeah.
So if we can snag that one, we just need to get the fiend to the lab and escort the doctor, and then we really just can use the arrows to keep things away from us, and we don't necessarily have to snatch up or engage in any combat except for if we fuck up.
Yeah,
I also
think,
have 6 noise sticks that could save us.
yeah. If
Okay,
as
we're
long as
stacked
we
up on
move
noise
the big
sticks then.
groups away, so that there's less of a chance that all of them see us if we do have to kill one. Like
Yeah.
at least if we can thin their numbers out, because I don't know if all of them are going to react.
Yeah, I mean, I also, if we take a short rest really quick, I have 2 more pass without a traces, so...
Well, we could probably long rest here, prep some arrows during the long rest, and then move in the morning, so we can see everything.
not a bad idea too, because they can't see shit. So I
Yeah,
mean,
so it
all
doesn't
of you
really
guys
matter to
without
them.
dark vision will be fine. So
That'd be fine regardless. It's a good idea.
so let's long rest then. We'll wake up in the morning, and we'll start, like preferably just at dawn, because we still are as soon as we can with a long
Yeah.
rest, a bit depending on what time it is.
Yeah.
And then we'll be good to go. Hopefully by the evening we'll have enough information to rest again and figure out what the fuck we're gonna do next.
Yeah, we can even do some scouting in the morning when it's light outside, or something like that, to just
Okay.
kind of like figure out a path.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Because I think Drix is the one who said it, or maybe it was just the DM, but staying away from the main thoroughfare, going along the back, using a distraction if we need to, and then coming into the inner part of the thoroughfare when we need to. So, I think that sounds good.
I have a question. With
up?
these teams, are we going to be doing the plans simultaneously or one at a time? Because
I don't know if we necessarily need to split up anymore,
Yeah,
because
if we're shooting the arrow.
we're not doing like a distracting and a escort. We're all just gonna like basically pass without a trace and escort, and if something goes wrong we shoot an arrow. Or if we're like, this is sketchy, we need to divert like a crowd and get past something, well, that's what we'll do too. But I think it'd be better if I can buff everybody and have
Yeah, 'cause
plus
I
10
think-
to stealth.
splitting up would be really bad because like we would have to
Agreed.
figure out how we split each other up to maximize the stealth.
Yeah, and what happens whenever we send a bunch of zombies in one direction and a group gets stuck or
Yeah.
something of that nature? So I think staying together is better.
Agreed.
Okay,
Right.
let's long rest.
Yeah, are you guys gonna kind of like bed down here and kind of just
If
prep
it's
for
okay
the
with
night?
Drix and Trovis.
Yeah. And Drix and Trovis look at each other for a second, and they both just like, yeah, look, if we're gonna try and do something about this, then let's get a good night's rest in.
Let's do it. We like once again, we appreciate the hospitality. So we're rugged folk. We don't need anything comfortable. We'll just kind of
Now you
pass
guys-
out wherever we can.
Yeah, you guys find some somewhat comfortable sacks of grain or something to sleep on before we go to break. For Dawn, this is a new experience. However, for the rest of you, as you guys kind of like fall into a slumber, are done prepping for the night, a strange dream comes to all of you. For everyone except for Dawn, a familiar man with red eyes, long, dark, curly brown hair, fine red robes with scars across his chest, and two very beautiful scimitars adorn his back.
This rat.
Hello, fellas. It's good to see you again, truthfully. I did so miss our conversations. Also, who's the ugly little fellow that's with you guys now?
Don't say your name. Also, do you have nothing better to do?
Yours, dickhead.
I'm actually here for something specific this time. Look, I was busy, to say the least. I've been quite active since the last time. However, we got word from a, you know, tabaxi friend of yours that, you guys wanted to see the truth, yes? You guys are interested in knowing a little bit more about the Curse Mother? About what's really going on? Oh, and by the way, might I say, this whole Purple Death scenario is a little, rough around the edges. It was a, unseen side effect. So, I'm not that we really care, but it is what it is. Either way, you see he just reaches behind him and pulls out this like leather tome about like this thick, and it has like silver like edges and like corners on it with like a buckle. He says, she said to give this to you. And just like sets it onto the ground for a second. He says, be careful. You never know what's out there these days. Anyways, I told her this wouldn't work. But she's showing compassion? I don't know. She's benevolent. She knows more than I do, I suppose. Have a good read. And he just slowly missed away, and you guys kind of jostle awake for a second, and then there's a tome on the ground.
Fucking Jahal, man.
Arthur's gonna he's gonna put his hand on Don and just
I
go,
need
no,
it.
no, no,
I'm
no.
gonna just
I
smack
want to touch
Don's
it.
hand.
The evil book's going in the bag for now.
Yeah, don't get too excited.
in
I
the
Don.
just want to read it. I just want to read it. I just want to read it.
Yeah, and
Evil
that's
book.
not a good right now. Let's focus on this thing, and then we can read the scary book.
There's
Evil book
levels.
later.
Arthur's gonna like peek at the title.
It doesn't necessarily have a title. The best way to describe it is it's pretty plain, but very like fine details, like silver, like real silver is on it. It's like a silver buckle with like a leather strap, but it's just like normal leather. It looks like, with like some finer details. So
All right, he's just gonna. All right, just put it back.
Would anyone know what it is?
ooh,
like a-
all of you guys can make a religion check for me.
Oh, okay.
Got 5% better at those.
Dude, I got a natty 20.
Oh fuck!
Yes,
I
man.
got a nat
oh, it's my
22.
first nat 20.
What the
How
fuck?
do I get a nat 20?
What the fuck? Hold on, wait, what?
I literally just ripped a nat 20. I swear
So
to God.
3
Nat
natural
20,
20s.
baby. Yeah.
I got a
All
9.
the stupid fucking
I
book.
got
God
a
damn it.
16.
Holy fuck. Okay, hold on. I have to figure out.
Tell us everything.
I have to figure out
We've read this book before.
what.
we know
Yeah.
it.
What is the total that
You're familiar with this book.
Okay, so Ansis, what's the total then if it's 20 plus your modifier?
24.
Don,
24.
Kevrick.
19.
Okay. Okay, but there's still natural 20s, so this is good.
Yes.
You guys begin to like put things together, like as a group, and you guys have heard things here and seen things there. Without opening, it's hard to discern. However, this seems like a very old book. Something that has logged events in history that have been long forgotten. Do you guys crack it open at all? Because without
Yes.
opening it, it is hard to entirely tell you guys like what you guys know about it, because it's very plain looking on the outside.
Arthur's like, we'll do it after we get out of the city. At least get out of the city first.
Yeah.
We do this over the dock, and then we can open.
You
I agree with you,
bastard! I
Arthur.
don't even know who this is.
Okay,
Do
let
we
me
waste-
let me
do we
log down
waste
that you guys
green?
have like very good religion checks on it, so that there's like a
Okay.
starting point.
Yeah. I
Like,
cannot
I'm
believe
gonna
we
go,
read
very
three nat
Nothing
20s.
good can come from someone called the Curse Mother.
Yeah, and we're in a room full of people who
Yeah.
also will like see this happen. So
Miat, babaklan.
Listen, all I'm
Hey.
gonna tell you is about that guy. He got his wife killed or something, and now he's mad.
just think, Don, you have something to look forward to. It's gonna blow your mind whenever it gets to actually happen.
Let's hope it doesn't literally blow our minds.
I'll say the
Hopefully
one thing
not.
you guys
That'll
like
be so
discern
cool.
is that there's iconography like inscripted onto some of the silver parts that you guys don't recognize, and that's weird with like knowing that you guys have really good religion checks. But other than that, it's pretty hard to discern. And this is where we'll take our intermission, y'all, if you guys
Okay,
need to use the bathroom and everything. So
I got pissed like a
Alright.
fucking racehorse.
What up, gang? We in this bitch.
Okay.
Bro, I just ate half a lemon cake. Oh my god. This shit went crazy.
Okay. So I think I would like to know just kind of like what you guys prepared. If you guys talked about anything, like if you guys need like to RP anything as well, go ahead and do that now. I think that like since we're kind of bedding down for the night, if there's anything at all you need to take care of or would like to do, you can go ahead.
I'm taking care of that bonsai tree.
I'm sensing a bit of urgency. I don't know what I could. Ooh, could I? This is dumb. If I have an extra pair of socks, could I put that over my shoes?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'd like to do that.
That's a good ass idea, bro.
For the purposes of this, you're just gonna add +1 to your stealth roll because
You
it's,
should
it's not
fucking
enough for
teach everyone.
advantage. It's not enough for advantage, but I think that it's worth.
What if I put 2 layers of socks over my shoes?
What if I put 3 layers of socks?
I'm taking everyone's socks in their sleep and I'm putting them over my shoes.
What if I put Dobby's socks?
Yeah, Kevrick,
Like,
you want to
it's
try
so
and do
big.
anything?
They
I'll,
take
I'll
out
ask
my
you
light
specifically.
I don't think a
How
pair
could
of
I
socks
lighten
is gonna
up?
help.
No,
complete
it
our-
won't.
Make a really
but-
big sock and put it over his armor.
Now,
I think
to make the chance of a 1 less likely, do you want to go with a high risk, high reward of taking your armor off?
No, bro. I don't
My-
think that's a
my-
good fucking idea.
my AC is negative if I take this armor
I
off.
think
that's-
with
that's
pass
the
without a
issue.
trace, we should be alright.
So I
'Cause
think
although
have a
you're
negative
disadvantaged.
AC.
it's pretty much negative. It might as well be negative. I have like 10. My
Yeah, I think your
dexterity.
I think your AC would be 9. I think if you have minus
Yeah.
dexterity and you're not wearing armor.
Yep. So I think I'm gonna leave it on and just risk it for the biscuit. And then, did Drix prep those arrows, or do we need to prep those right now?
Yeah, Drix went ahead and asked for your firecrackers, and then
Alright,
he
I'll
prepared
clear 'em
them
out of my
himself. How many firecrackers did you have?
I had 3.
Okay, so he didn't have anything, so he has 3 arrows right now that are going to be called distraction arrows.
What about you? Have any Arth or Asher?
Yeah, I've got 5. I corrected myself. I have 5 noise sticks. I also have 3 miscellaneous monsters or beings I can throw out of a sack at any point in time, 20 feet away.
True.
What if
So,
one of those motherfuckers starts turning though? What if they start turning? Fuck it.
Zombie
when-
hyena.
they'll just
That's not a
die.
good idea, bro.
They'll just
They'll
die.
just die.
Are we
They'll just
sure they'll
die.
just die? Because I think
Are
we talked
you
about this before.
sure?
We talked about this before. There are zombie crows out there.
Well, hold on.
But they're
Are
magic.
Are you sure?
The creature vanishes at the next dawn or when it's reduced to 0 hit points.
Okay.
It's friendly to me and my companions, and it acts on my turn.
The important
also
part is
command
that it vanishes
You're
whenever it
at
gets to
0.
0 hit points. However,
Damn.
you guys have not entirely seen the full extent of how the transformation works, so
That's
important to
fucking
keep in mind.
bullshit, dude.
We need
I-
to confirm that it
Test it
kills.
out. Test it out. Test it out.
Because if the doctor's theory is true that it kills the host, then we're fine. But we don't know that. And I don't think we want like a zombie bear or giant eagle on the loose.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
no.
Especially the eagle. Because the rooftops are a friend here, but the eagle, then it's gone.
Well, no,
Just
I
a
can't
stealth.
see shit.
We'll just save the animals for if we're really down bad.
I'm gonna throw this bitch whenever I please, but you're probably right.
I'm a
You-
slash
You're
that
not
thing out
about that
there.
shit. You're not about that shit. Yeah, do that.
I'm gonna throw it at Dom. actually. I'm gonna put the thing in his back
Dude.
pocket.
New distraction plan. New distraction plan. We throw out the giant hyena and Dawn rides that shit around, dog.
That'd be so rad.
Whipping the
I fuck with
hyena.
that. I fuck with that.
I
Be
fuck with
kind of
that.
sick.
Pays homage to your old character.
Fuck.
Hog
That dude's
tied behind a
hot.
fucking beast.
Captain Drix kind of like grabs Lee Trovis and he just looks him in the face and says, "If you fuck this up again,
Oh god.
I'm going
Again?
to kill you."
Again,
Nice.
Lee, what happened?
Again.
Right. The first time, one, I know that he could be useful. I've worked in this city for quite a while now. He's worked in the city for quite a while. Didn't realize he was such a massive bitch.
Ooh.
There's a lot
I
of
knew
thought
I
going.
knew I smelled something in here.
Yeah, he smelled like wiener.
Yeah.
Oh, so the doctor. That's why he's so.
It smells like what, big dog? What?
Fucking L7 weenie.
Basically, we tried to save him the first time around, and that is why there is less of us now. There was about 3 people with me whenever I went to search for him. 2 of them made it back with me, and then basically, actually, Doc, would you like to describe what you did? He says, "Yes, I saved myself, and I threw them into the horde of zombies to slow them down."
Them?
So.
All right, well, let's get something straight. We're not going to throw each other in anything. If I see you do that to any of one of these guys, I'm going to wring your neck.
Oh, there's no seeing, Doc, or Lee. Sorry. I don't give a fuck what you know or how big your lab is. I value literally everyone else here higher than you, so you will be the first to go in that fucking pit if you try.
Don, your heart is touched.
I doubt we'll need the threats. Should we gag him?
He's just
Are
whoa,
you
whoa,
a
whoa,
screamer?
whoa, 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 whoa.
you a
Hey,
Your
Screamer?
screamer is crazy. Which team are you on?
Like, listen, I don't want you screaming or yelping whenever we run into one.
look, I didn't scream the last time. I just threw someone into the horde. So
For some reason, that's somehow no, it's not better. Let's just take it as it is. Whatever.
okay, yeah, no, I'll follow you guys. You have my word.
That really means a lot.
All
This
right.
motherfucker is
Do we want?
Ansis
Do we
has
want?
his
Gag
needle
him!
and his threat
Gag
from his
him!
medic's kit, and he said, "And if you make a peep, I'll sew your mouth shut."
That is
the fuck?
terrifying.
Yeah, that's new.
I think we're putting them at ease, guys.
Drix takes like a step back and goes, "Fuck. Are you guys ready?"
Do we want? Do we
let's
want
go.
Antis to do a little light scouting before we all hop out of this shit?
Yeah, Ansis just goes like, I mean, yeah, I should go probably above, like I did last time.
I'm handing you my scope.
And are we
Dang.
going? Are we going south, and then directly east to the lab?
Well, first we'll probably go a little bit west just to get off the thoroughfare, and
Oh,
then
yeah,
like
well,
go down
yes,
kind of towards
yeah,
a
yeah.
back alley. But yes, south the general direction.
Mm-hmm. West then south. Aye, aye, Captain.
Okay. Gotcha. I'm gonna go ahead. All right, who's stepping out first? Unless you guys want Drix to go up first.
I will
we'll
go
go-
out first.
Okay.
One got
I'm gonna
last.
go
One got
after
last.
Ansis, you crack the hatch, and the inside looks clear. So if you want to go ahead and open it fully.
I'll look back at everyone and I'll pop past without a trace.
All right, everyone, stealth check it up for me. Let me get these two jabronis.
29.
13.
20. 20.
19.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's right. Gotcha.
So I rolled pretty low.
That's okay. Hopefully.
I
You
only
did
rolled
well?
a 2.
It's a group check,
Okay.
and it's
But it's a
not a
total
natural
of a-
one.
It's
so
a total of a 15.
It's okay.
Nice. I got a 13. That's good.
Dude, I saw the 2 and I panicked.
You
I
guys
was like,
break the
dude.
precipice of the hatch. You guys take a moment to collect yourselves, and you guys feel pretty good about the next steps going forward. Dr. Lee Trovis is real jittery. he's pretty nervous.
This guy's a fucking loser. He's a fucking loser.
We should have gagged him, put a blindfold over him, and been like, just follow us.
Can we put Lee in the bag of holding, please?
We can put his head in the
Just
bag
his
of
upper
holding.
torso. Just his upper torso.
He is
You know,
gonna
fuck it.
suffocate. There's no air in there.
What a
We
good
just
call.
got-
Hey, nigga, we'll revive him. We'll revive him. You know,
We just
give him
got-
a little-
We
He's
just
the
got-
give him a
doctor.
little CPR. Give him a little CPR. Wake him up.
Captain Drix says, "All right, everyone, just wait in here. I'm gonna climb up to the top of the roof, fire the first arrow north of here, or probably northeast of here. So that'll give us, you know, we might wait a minute or two before we start moving. But I'm gonna get up there and do that first. Does that sound good to you guys?"
Sounds good.
He says, "All right." He peeks his head out. He puts his head back in just for a second. He goes, "They've spread out a little bit more from last night. There's some back in these streets, so just keep that in mind." And then he opens the door again, takes a step out, and you can see like he kind of uses the windowsill, climbs his way up. He's a pretty dexterous guy. Fucking 10, 15 seconds passes, and then you a very faint, muffled in the distance to you guys. And then you hear a couple in the area. There's not a lot of sprinting happening in this quadrant, but they seem to be lumbering in that direction.
Cool. We also need to keep our eyes peeled just for that fiend, that dead fiend that we chopped.
Are we going
on
to be
the way
going
here.
in that direction that we came from?
Are we, or did we go the opposite on accident?
So what I gathered is that you guys are going to be like staying towards like the outskirt streets until you have to get to the main thoroughfare. So you guys wouldn't be going exactly the same direction. You guys could try and incorporate it in. It would just
Yeah, we'll
probably
need to make a
kind of
pit
like
stop.
raise some difficulty here and there.
Because
So.
can we just bag of holding that body? Is that a thing?
It'd be
do that.
hard to fit a body in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
I
I
think
think the one that's in half, we might be able to like crush its. But
It
maybe
would
not the best idea.
I mean,
Yeah.
so you,
For
you're
something that
afraid
needs
to
to be
carry it.
studied, it may need to be in better condition.
Yeah, I think we
let's
have to-
let's not get fiend juice in the bag of holding. I think we can just.
Yeah.
What if we just nab one on the way?
we could if there's one in the build, like because like we've seen the couple that are in the buildings. If there's one isolated in a building that didn't like hear it because it's quieter in there, we
Yeah.
might be able to just kill a couple that are in a building.
Okay. Well, then
we
keep
just-
your eyes peeled. Can we make a check for that just
I
as
can
we go
divine-
through?
I can divine sense it on the way through.
Oh,
once we
that's
get
sick.
close.
Okay. Well, then you just be in charge of that, Kev.
All
You
right.
guys exit the building and enter the street, and you guys can see like the zombies that are like lumbering towards that direction. They're not sprinting this far away from the noise, but they're at least moving. They're not just standing still and like waiting for something to happen. You guys can kind of like finesse your way into a quieter part. Captain Drix catches back up to you. About, like, I will say 15 minutes passes until fucking. Alright, yeah, I'll just tell you guys. Dr. Lee Trovis rolled a 2, and he has no dexterity. So he, at the bare minimum, has a 12. I'm not gonna say he like runs into something or like tumbles over something. I'm gonna say he gets like to a certain point and he gets so nervous he throws up. He literally like taps on the back of someone's shoulder and just and definitely catches some attention.
Can we fire another arrow? Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's what
fire another arrow or keep
Drix is
going?
going, and he's looking at you guys for approval. So
Fire
I
that
think
shit.
Arthur's
because-
gonna put a hand over like Lee's like eyes because he's gonna panic more if he sees them coming towards us. So he's gonna get
Drix just points it behind you guys and kind of think. A couple seconds passes,
Nonsense is like signaling.
and
Arthur's
you
gonna
guys
get
can
right
continue
in
to
front of
move.
Lee and just like he's gonna give him the token, just be like, just flick it, be like, all right, come on, and like pat him on the back.
The one thing the token doesn't do is remove the taste of vomit. He flicks it and keeps moving with you guys. You guys come to an intersection where there's like a crowd of them in the middle of the intersection, and they seem to be like around something.
This was where the firecracker before landed, didn't it?
No, it was shot. That was shot in like the north eastern
Dude.
direction. So
Sucks for whoever that is. Let's keep it pushing.
Well,
Can I get a little
this
peer?
is weird, right? Because if they attacked something, it would have been a zombie.
Could be a puddle of sorts.
Oh my God! It's John Suzanne Travolta.
Did you use your spyglass and see what it is? Because I don't want to get closer, right?
I roll perception with advantage.
Yeah. Let's. Yeah.
All right. Well, I nat 20 did first roll, so
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Fuck me, right?
yep.
In
Fuck
the
you.
middle of this horde, you like kind of see something, and then you like your eyes focus on it, and they catch it like perfectly between the legs of one of the zombies, and it's this little top with like a sparkler, and it's spinning, and it's just like.
What the
Is it a
fuck?
monkey clapping its hands too?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the monkey from Wicked.
Yeah, that's sick.
And then suddenly,
Ooh.
there is a very large explosion in front of you guys.
Oh no!
And
How
you
close to the
see
lab are
you
we?
see someone open a door, look out into the street, close it, and then just like disappear into like the home.
How close? to the
Drix
lab?
wanna
Drix
have
looks at
some
all of you guys
choice-
and goes, "I think I found some more survivors. We should fucking go."
Yeah.
I want to have some choice words with that person, but I don't think we have time.
Yeah. Are you guys moving like
The lab?
past it, or because like all the things in like in the center are fucking gone. They're destroyed. So.
No bodies to be used for testing, I assume.
Yeah, it'd be pretty rough.
Yeah.
I think we should take
Make
a
an
detour.
investigation check if you want to try and find one. It's a high DC to
Yeah.
quickly find one. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I could give it a shot.
I'll go.
I'm not.
I have a
finding
+5
bodies.
to investigation.
Yeah, please do that, because if we can just like snag
I
even
got
like
it.
an arm,
Got
like
it.
if an arm makes.
Let me get a sick. Let me see. Dude, what the fuck? Really? Is it? How's it 8? How's it 8?
Yeah.
That's a nat one.
Nice.
you're finding a lot of
That
body
dice
parts,
out
but
of
it's
your
gonna take
hand.
too long to find a full one. Like
Yeah,
that's in good
I got a
condition.
nat one. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
we're not finding
like
it.
a couple blocks away,
Bro, I had a
you
plus
really
8.
begin to hear the like.
Yeah, we should get
All right, let's go. Let's leave.
At least my nat one was on that. I'll take that.
Wait, you rolled a 1, Don rolled a 2, I rolled a 3.
Okay. Let's keep
Let's
moving.
go. We're perfect for each other.
Big dog.
A little bit back the way you guys came, you guys hear another explosion.
Perfect. Let's keep moving.
Who is doing this? Why now? You psychopaths.
Kinda doing a
Drix
job
looks at
for
all
us
you guys
then.
and goes, "Yeah, this is extremely unlucky. This hasn't happened before, so I don't really know." He's just kind of like ushering you guys along, though.
All right, let's keep going.
Yeah,
How
you
close
guys
to
keep
lab are
moving
we?
south. Keep moving south. Are you guys making that pit stop to try and find that fiend?
I think we need to.
Okay. If you guys are gonna be moving towards like the main thoroughfare back, where I will say, someone make an either like intelligence to try and like recall, or like an investigation to try and like get back to it.
Let me redeem myself.
Yeah, go
yeah,
for it.
absolutely.
Please.
I don't
Google,
think intel is that
please.
high,
There we
intel.
go.
Let's do this.
17.
Okay, yeah, that's absolutely good enough. You kind of like stop the group for a second, like collect like some thoughts, and you guys kind of like remember together where to go. Arthur kind of gets you guys directly to where it was, and there is a cut in half fiend, no legs, and the doc looks at all you and goes, "Phew, yeah, I think a half will be good enough. I don't think their legs are important, so."
All right, I'll pick up the half.
Okay, absolutely. He says, "Remember, we need an undead one too, though."
All right, there should be one close to the lab we killed.
Okay, yeah, let's keep going then.
Isn't that one also in a half?
Yeah.
You
that's how
guys
we like to do it
hear
around here.
you guys hear another explosion, like towards the like towards your side of the city again. Drix looks at all of you and goes, "I think there's another group working at odds for us, with us, and I think I know what they're going after. But let's keep moving for now."
Yeah, I was gonna say Arthur was gonna be like trying to get an idea of like, are these like, is this an explosion like here, and then there's one like this direct? Like, does it seem to be like
It-
leading somewhere?
The 3 has been like near you, and then it was back the way you came, and this next one is back this direction. It's closer, but it is not as like close as the first one. So like it's like kind of like a bouncing back and forth.
There's a
Um,
magic shop here.
You guys move back towards like the main thoroughfare area. This is where it's gonna get a little bit complicated, as the main thoroughfare is still very populated with undead, and they're like shuffling their way into the streets that are like these offshoots. Um, let's do everyone make a dexterity check to try and cross this without getting noticed.
Thanks God. Oh, that's a nat
Oh.
20.
Remember, you guys also have really good stealth, so that I'm taking everything into account here.
Come on, baby, come on.
24.
Oh, I
9,
needed it. I needed this. What's that?
14.
22.
I got a 9.
Okay.
Beans.
I'm taking kind of like a group here as well. Let me make mine. Okay. You guys are really worried about Doc over here, and he actually fucking like pirouettes and does like a perfect ballerina move, and literally like perfectly avoids one, and it's honestly impressive. You guys begin to like weave through this horde, and you guys come to like a smaller road, and Doc kind of like sits all of you guys down and says, "Okay, we're not far. We still need that undead though. You guys know that the undead is a little bit like further like towards the entrance would be. Yeah. So it'd be like another like minute or so down like the main thoroughfare if someone wants to go and retrieve it. But
I'll just go get it.
okay. What was your stealth check?
24.
Okay, yeah, cool. You can get there. It'll slow you down coming back, but it's easy enough. You guys can like hunker down and wait for him. 24 is very good. You do not get noticed.
Ooh.
You retrieve this body and kind of meet back up with the group. Doc kind of ushers you guys towards the location, and as he gets there, he like gets a key ring and kind of like flips through him, finds the one. He
He's
says,
just gonna put a hand under like where the keyhole is because he thinks he's gonna drop it.
he like inserts the key, turns it, clink. He says, "Oh, well, good job, guys." And one comes out of the darkness
I
and
knew- I was
slams
about to
into the
say it.
door. And I don't think we need to roll initiative, but what are you guys doing?
So is the door? Did the door get slammed closed when this guy
Not
ran
slammed
into it?
closed. He slammed into the open door. So it opened into the building, and he like slammed into it. Doc is in front and trying to basically run away now. And
Someone
like
grab the dog.
Well,
We're gonna
I'm gonna
fuck this
shove.
guy up.
I'm gonna shove the creature.
okay, yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
coming and
Roll.
start-
I think it's athletics, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
And then Kev.
I'm gonna fuck this guy up.
That's
Murder
a 22.
You shove it onto the ground. It goes prone. Kevrick, you're
Nice.
fucking this thing up. So everything so roll to hit. If it hits, it's an auto crit because it's prone.
Yeah, I'm holding on to Doc.
Is that how prone work?
I hit him. I hit 20. I hit
Okay.
20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah, as a melee character, I'm pretty sure it's fucking auto crit if you hit. So.
But that's if they're incapacitated. Oh, maybe that.
No, you're right. Yeah, no, I had it separated. Yep, you're right. So yeah, roll damage, and
I
then
think he gets advantage.
regular?
though.
yeah,
He
it
won't
is
get bonus.
advantage. You're absolutely right. It is
I was
advantage.
like, that's brutal.
Do I gotta use my sword in here? How does this work? Is this a small building?
It would be hard to use your halberd.
Fair enough. Hit him for 10.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. 10 damage. You kind of like sink your sword. Wait, is your sword magical?
No.
Oh yeah, we went over
Just
this.
regular old guy.
It doesn't do as much damage as you think it does, as you think it would.
I unsheathe my belt.
Captain Drix just goes, "Whoa,
his
man."
The entire time, just to add flavor, the entire time he's like pushing him to the floor and he's stabbing him. I'm just like slowly like just unbuckling my belt and it like gets stuck.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking at him, and then the sword goes in, and I look up at Drix and he's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, and then I go. She gets a fucking metal floor, and he's like.
Yeah, Drix just goes, "Hey, I'll never doubt you again, man," and just like steps aside.
And then I'm gonna go over there and stab this bitch. So
Okay. The yeah, roll the hit with advantage.
okay, that's great that I have advantage. Absolutely stellar. Okay, I rolled a 24 to hit after in that one. So
Okay. Yeah, 24 absolutely hits. Roll damage.
all right. 9 damage.
What amount of it was fire?
5.
Okay, so the fire gets doubled. So
Good
it
to know.
does what? It would be 14 plus the 10 previously, so that's 24 damage total so far. As you stab into this, it kind of like immolates in fire, and it begins to just writhe and wriggle on the ground, and it eventually comes to a stop.
Is it dead?
Fire.
It doesn't
Fire.
seem to be moving for sure, so.
Maybe we take one more still.
This was an undead, not a
Perfect.
fiend.
But
So
slightly
you
barbecued.
guys aren't sure if it works against fiends as well, but now you guys have a little bit more information. So, there's a couple that have caught notice of like some sort of a commotion, and there's a couple moving in your direction. They're not sprinting yet, but you guys can kind of like maneuver into the building and like close. And just before you guys do, Drix takes the last arrow, points it the opposite direction, launches it into the sky, and kind of, and you guys can move into the building.
Word. I'm gonna take this undead body with us downstairs too.
Yeah, it's pretty charred, but you can do it.
Okay.
Lee Trovis is kind of like gathering a bunch of shit, and he finds like a scalpel and like his apron, kind of like gathers a bunch of tools, and he just goes, "Okay, downstairs into the cellar where we can work." And he just kind of like begins to walk down with like these jars of things and a whole bunch of like vials. And as you guys enter the bottom,
Can I do something real quick?
yeah, absolutely.
Arthur's gonna close the door and see. Is it like a? Do you need the key to lock it from the inside?
So there is you can do two things. There's a bunch of stuff to clog the doorway. There is not really a lock on the inside because it is just like unlock and lock from the outside. You can shove things up against the door, but there is no like lock system from the inside because he does not live here. So
Arthur
say
will
we
ask
pose-
Kevrig to like help because like push. He might be able to push it, but that'll be loud. So he's gonna ask Kevrig to help lift stuff.
Immovable rod right next to the door, button pressed.
okay,
Fire.
I'm gonna stay upstairs and watch the door.
okay,
Yeah, we
I like
definitely need
that.
people to be looking out.
Me and my boy, we're gonna post guard.
Drix on the way as you guys are like kind of clicking things. He goes, my best guess as to why they're on this side of town, the fields, and like, or sorry, not the fields. That's my bad. That's the DM's fault. He says the like fishing market and like the sea, like kind of hub is towards the eastern part of town. I assume someone is scrambling for food. So it's probably just survivors. Hopefully there's no like malicious intent. But at least someone else has figured out that, they move with sound. So there's probably someone else at least living, which is good news.
This still was pretty. Well, did Asher tell us what exactly it was? Like a top with like the.
I mean, I'm not gonna gatekeep it yet.
Okay. Like Arthur's just gonna be like, "That's pretty elaborate." Fight that. I mean, I guess they might have had a lot of time to plan it, but they also had the supplies for it.
Maybe they have
Yeah.
a real doctor on their team.
Have you had any looters?
Doc turns around and is just like, I'm
Oh,
trying
bitch,
to
keep
help.
working. You got
Okay.
it. You got it.
He throws the undead onto like the table next to him, and he says, "Put the fiend over there." And he draws a scalpel, and he's gonna start work on the. Actually, he looks at you guys and goes, "Fiend or undead first?"
Fiend, 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 fiend.
Throw the fiend up. Let's go. He takes like a clean bottle and douses his hands, washes his hands with it, puts some gloves over just in case, puts a mask on, and he begins in the head. At first, he doesn't cut in or anything. He just makes some general analysis. He goes, the eyes look very small. Um, now that they're dead, it's weird. Like there's no pupils. Honestly, it looks like their eyes aren't used very much, which makes sense, right? That we know they mostly function off of sound. However, it's weird that they would have eyes still. Wherever these fiends are from, doesn't have a lot of light probably, so that's something. He looks into the teeth, like he opens the gum and like looks at the teeth, and he says, "Definitely a carnivorous diet. Very sharp, like canine-like teeth, like humans do, except for they're like extended longer." He kind of like opens the jaw and says, "A very long serpent-like tongue. That's concerning." He like tries to look further into the throat and everything, and he says, "Honestly, it looks somewhat normal past that." Closes it. He says the nose is flat against the skull, which probably implies that they don't function too much off of scent either. However, it's weird that they have all these senses and yet they don't use them. He flips the head, looks at the ears, and he goes, "Yeah, definitely tracks. The ears are very long. You guys now notice like the ears have like these very long points, and like the actual canal that you hear from is very large. Like
Mm.
he begins kind of like opening like a little bit, like almost sticks like two whole fingers and is able to like search into the like the actual hole of the ear. He says, "It's a bit strange. It looks like it goes directly to the brain."
Mm.
He says, "All right, let's do the interesting part now." And he starts at the front and goes towards the back of the head and literally starts to peel the skin off the skull. Um, and he goes, okay, dense skull. Can someone grab me a mallet? I think it's gonna be the quickest way to do this."
Once has been standing like really close behind him, like really interested in this procedure the whole time, and just hands him one like instantly.
He like takes like a small chisel and just takes them out and kink, 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 and gets to a certain point, and then like takes like a small bone saw and begins to kind of like work from it from there. And he goes, "Well, I don't think the skull is important," and then kind of snaps it up top, and he says, "Interesting. The best I can tell is that they don't have a lot of like different parts of the brain like humans do, or like most sentient beings do. This looks like it is, honestly, their brains are kind of really large for the amount of, or like the lack of like an emotional center. It's hard to tell because it's something I haven't studied before, but humans and other sentient beings have like an emotional center in the brain that processes most of their emotions. This looks like just one thinking machine. It's large too, which means that they have to be somewhat intelligent. I don't know what they're using that brain for." He goes,
I
"It does look like the ears go directly into the brain as well, which is also very strange anatomy." So,
I got two things.
yeah.
First one, how sensitive are those eardrums? Because I know there's a thing. This is gonna sound a little barbaric. There's a thing I used to do in alley fights where if you hit them just in the right spot near the ears, it'll mess them up.
No, I think that's super valid. There's almost nothing separating the outside world and the brain from the ear canal. Like it is directly. He actually like begins to kind of like put his hand into like the side of the brain and the skull that's left, and he begins to like kind of pull the brain into the skull. It's like into the opposite side, and there is something directly connecting the ear canal and the brain. And he says, "Whew, this is gonna be gross." And he just pulls a little bit harder, and a part of the ear gets like sucked in to itself and pulls through the skull. And he goes, "Oh, oh God." And he like pulls it loose, and there is like an extra bit of the brain that like connects to the outer ear. He says, "Oh, um, my best guess is that some way there is, or somehow there is a way to basically use that against them. It's a very intelligent thought. As it goes directly into their brain, I think that that could be a very big weakness."
He's gonna look at Dawn. Don't you have something that makes a really loud noise?
Got a lot of things that make noises, bro.
Okay, that's a thing. The second question I had,
Yeah,
well, the
mouth
second thing I have
ears.
to add, is while we were traveling here, these things seemed to have been stalking us.
Like I
And we
said,
also noticed
intelligent.
The crows. I don't know if you noticed them.
Yeah.
When we were traveling in the woods, they seemed to have been leading the hordes to us.
So now my going theory is that there's some sort of a hive mind,
That's kind of what I was thinking.
which would be more concerning because of the undead then. So if it's somehow spreading to the undead, weird. Okay. He says, last thing to check on the fiend. He goes to the chest and just begins cutting open and pulling skin back and looking at like the chest cavern. He goes, a large heart to pump whatever the fuck their blood is. It's not a normal heart. It's a single chamber. Looks very strong. Like it's meant to basically be like very strong and fast animal, almost like heart. Nothing too special about it. The one thing that is kind of strange is that there's two stomachs. I don't know why that would be, but my best guess is maybe wherever they're from is maybe they have one for things. Honestly, this is just a guess, but things for things that are harmful to them in some way, and things that aren't. Something to like basically like contain them. That would be a lot of research to do on that part, though, and I don't think we have time for that. He says, "All right, let's go to the undead. I don't think we need to look at the like stomach or anything too much, but I do think like heart and brain is worthwhile. And also, he starts at the mouth and he says, weird. I mean, their features aren't changing, so that's good. They're not turning into a fiend, I don't think. There's no serpent-like tongue. Their teeth aren't changing. Their teeth are the same." He closes the mouth. He goes to the eyes. He goes, "The eyes are almost translucent at this point, almost like they're degrading. Like they're almost dissolving like a normal human's dead eyes would." He cuts open the head, splits the skull, looks at the brain. He says, "They're kind of changed a little bit," and he kind of like looks at the ears and he says, "They're not changing physically. Like they're just hosting, it looks like." He somehow like basically separates the brain and he pulls it out from the skull and like separates the spinal cord, and he just lifts it and goes, "It's kept in remarkably good shape though." And he takes a second look at it and says, The only piece that's not is the emotional center. It's basically completely mush and just kind of says everything else seems to be kept pretty well alive though, which is kind of interesting. He sets that aside and says, no one touch that, I might need that later. And then he goes to the chest, opens it up, and he says, well, they are certainly undead. The heart doesn't look to even be working anymore, which is a little strange. Let me see one more thing, and then this might prove. And he, like, the undead was the one that had legs, right? Okay.
Well, there was a charred undead, and then there was a non-charred undead.
True. He cuts open, like, the legs, and he says, the muscles are degrading pretty fast. I think whatever this is going to kill the host eventually. I don't think that whatever it is can be housed in a human body. I think that this is the first time this has probably encountered this plane of existence. If you want my guess on it. I think it's having a hard time surviving in our ecology, and that's why that it always seems to be like the fiends that are the one transmuting it and everything. What are the planes that are pitch black?
The end.
Does Arthur know?
You can roll a history check.
Yeah. Yeah. I like history. I'm a history guy.
Ooh.
From the top row.
23.
Damn.
Your best guess. There's a few, right? There's the Shadowfell. There is the Abyss and Pandemonium. Those are kind of like the first three that come to your head. You know that like some of the elemental planes are pretty dark, but you know that's kind of not really fitting the description of like what you think would be. So
These are fiends, so doesn't explain its effect on other life. Well, maybe that's it's trying to handle it, but I mean, I'm sure you've seen the. Well, I guess you maybe haven't left town. It seems to be affecting the Earth.
yeah, that is the strange part. No, we've noticed it a little bit.
Arthur's gonna like snap. He's like, I got a theory.
Yeah, lay it on us.
If that light is a portal, and they have some kind of hive mind, if we close it, that might cut off access to that.
Yeah, no, that would make sense. I think that the only way that we could really confirm it's a hive mind before doing so is setting the woods on fire, maybe? He says, if everything's connected, it might do some good to try it out, honestly.
Woods on Fire's back in action, baby.
We're so back. We're
Can
so
I talk
fucking
to
back.
you?
back.
Can I talk to
Wait
you
a
real
minute.
quick? Can I get the guy? Can you come up here real quick? I gotta talk. real
Yeah,
quick. Yeah, he's gonna like get the guys that come up the stairs and just be like, okay, well, I don't think it's a bad plan. He's gonna look at Otsis. How important are these trees?
Ansis, you know that the Emperor spends a lot of money to like tend to this forest.
Pretty important.
He's gonna be
Burn
pissed.
down these trees,
He's gonna be pissed.
and they know what happens to our payment.
And they just don't have to know.
I have to say, I think fixing the problem is more important than the trees.
I'm just saying they might exchange imprisoning us or killing us for the payment, but you know what? I'd rather.
Hell
get rid
nah.
of it. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Let's go.
Hell
That's like, all right. That's all I had. That's all I had. He's gonna get
The doc looks at all of you whenever you guys re-enter and he says, look, we don't have to like confirm the theory, it's just, you know, that is something that we could think of. Have you guys noticed like them reacting, or like the fiends and undead reacting to something happening to the like natural parts of it? Like have you guys seen anything where you guys hit a tree and they turn towards you or anything like that?
on the way here.
Okay,
Maybe it was
that
sound, but
that
Down-
helps
down
a
the
little
route.
bit then. Okay, so that leads me to think that that's a possibility for sure. That this is probably some sort of a hive mind, which is also what opened this portal is my next question.
We don't know, Lee. We don't know, man.
yeah, we
Make a
don't know.
deception check.
I don't have a clue, bastard. I don't have a clue.
I don't have a
I don't know
clue.
what you're
I
talking
rolled.
about.
It's a
rolled
remarkable
22.
portal.
I rolled a 22.
Okay, okay.
I did everything right.
He,
Lee.
yeah,
Tell
no,
me a
he,
stat.
he-
Tell
I
me a
did everything
stat.
right. I didn't open this portal.
Infinite portal.
Nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with
I
me.
deserve a stat or two from this guy. Just saying.
I've never been to the Shadowfell.
I've never been to the Shadowfell. Wonderful people, though. Wonderful people.
I have no relation to the job. I have no relation.
He believes you. He says, I mean, okay. Weird.
How much health does
Honestly-
Lee have?
Oh yeah. He's not very healthy. Like 24 hit points.
Okay.
I would say,
Damn, that's almost as much as me.
yeah, he's got some levels, except for they're all like, they're not like cleric levels. It's more so like he's a medic.
He's a shitty person. Okay. What's
Damn.
next?
He looks at you all and says, I think with both of these bodies, I can try and work some sort of, probably not a cure, but something to help. Obviously, I think once something dies, I don't think there's anything coming back from that, because that's pretty rough. However, I do think there's probably something that I can create to protect from instantly turning into one of these if you get some sort of contraction. So
That'd be useful.
he says it'll probably take me a bit though, like probably the next 24 hours or so.
God damn.
Let's hit that young long rest.
Let's
Son.
hit that treasury. That city bank.
Oh, you got a treasury around here, Lee?
City guap. City guap.
If there's a magic shop, all I'm saying is if you can theoretically convince Arthur that there is a katana in one of those magic shops, he may or may not be down. I'm not.
So
gonna,
this
I'm
is
not
where-
saying it out loud.
As a DM, I must decide.
Give us what we want. Give us what we want.
You know what I need, nigga. You know I need it.
Listen, all I'm saying is Arthur's currently not down to loot. However, he could be convinced.
The high risk hybrid board. I think he deserves it.
We could also
I need a katana.
completely.
I
We-
need a katana.
We could completely shatter our freaking shins if we go out there and then just mess up terribly. Like, we could just get caught. Because we have to come back here, which is decent because it's the entrance. But we are
Yeah.
now back close to the entrance of the place.
Imagine
know
how
we're
much
looking-
money a city treasury has in.
Guap.
We
We carry all the guap out.
Drix
Yeah,
looks at all you guys and goes, you know, the governor's house might have something in it.
Ooh, we.
He says, I never went back to look for him. I didn't like the prick, so
Hmm.
I was more
Where-
Must
concerned
be a good
about.
guy.
I was
Where
more
is this
concerned
house?
about, Doc here and the people that I could find along the way. My guards and everything like that. I worried about them, but I didn't give a fuck about the governor once this started. So
All right, Drix, where's
Yeah,
this
my
house?
brother.
well,
I mean, if he's a bad dude.
It's on the
It's-
other side of the zombies.
it's towards the center of the city, so not too terribly far. It's kind of like equidistant
Okay,
between here and the last
okay.
location we were at, so
We take the rooftops.
it's possible. Yeah, no, I
We can
mean,
do that.
it's possible.
Because these things,
Damn.
if they can
So,
climb, they
Hold
don't
on,
seem to be
let
good.
me get this straight, guys. Are we going to leave the safety of this lab to go loot the governor's house in the midst of a zombie apocalypse, right?
You don't have to do anything.
Oh, here's the thing.
This is
also.
true. This is true.
You're not safe because you're in the lab. You're safe because you're in the lab with us.
Well, I don't think they. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I They are intelligent enough to know what doors exist. Actually, I'm pretty sure because they seem to be going through them quite often. Um, you know
I
what?
say
I will stay with Doc to keep him safe. If you guys want to go,
Yeah.
it's up to you guys.
Drix, do you got a key to this boy's house by chance?
Mm,
Yep.
well,
Come on.
it's at my house, not on me.
Ah, fuck. Where's your house?
On the other side of the.
No, I lived in. I lived pretty close to the governor's house, actually. It's basically like a barracks-like home. I was, I'm the captain, so if you guys stay on the main thoroughfare, it'll lead you pretty much to the governor's house. About 2 blocks to the east of it is about where the barracks is located. My home is the largest building in the complex.
Perfect, Drix. Thank you, thank you. That's all I
Nice.
need.
So how you're the captain? So like, how legal is this?
Man, there's fucking zombies walking around. I don't really think it matters anymore.
Well, we'll go the speed limit.
Yeah.
The fuck
said
is
he was a
speed
prick
limit?
anyways.
What are you talking about?
Drix, you also gotta think we're gonna grab some food out of the governor's house and be eating good tonight. So
Thanks.
You better have something cool in there.
Look,
I wasn't gonna-
I mean, like I said, he was a prick. He might still be alive. There's probably a safe room somewhere in the house. I don't know. But what I do know is that whenever I had kind of found this location to keep some people safe, I remember there being some sightings, to say the least, of people going to the governor's house. So there might not be a ton left
Nah,
if it's
fuck.
if it's been being if it's been looted already. You guys don't necessarily if you get the key right from my place. As far as I know, that did open every door in the household, not just the main door. So there could be something extra there. However, I don't know if anything's left.
How loud do you think it'd be if someone got into a fight in?
I mean, I think it depends on how long it goes.
Noted.
You guys don't have a bank?
Not really, no.
Hmm.
I mean,
Fucking socialist.
here, let me ask you a question, Dylan. Do you think people who keep gold coins in purses would trust a bank to keep track of their money?
I mean, yeah, banks were around when gold was a thing.
that's a good point.
What do you mean?
Not really.
Yes, really. What? Cities
Italian
paid
for
for things. The city has money and it has to have somewhere to put it.
Yeah, but there's not like a national bank, is what I'm saying. Like, there's not like a national
Well-
banking system.
Right. What I'm saying is, I know they don't have fucking Apple Pay, but I figured they'd have a room with a lot of gold in it.
There's potentially a vault somewhere, but there is
Okay.
not like a bank or a building that says bank.
Right.
I guess what my friend's trying to ask Drix is, do you know where the city keeps its money?
No, I don't.
Can I roll for a deception check? I feel like he's lying to me.
No, I mean, yeah, you can roll for an insight for sure.
I get out my green monocle.
Nat 20.
Yeah, no, he's telling the truth. He has no fucking clue where it's
Oh,
held.
fucking son of a bitch. What a waste of a roll.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest. I am trying my best here to like save a bunch of people's lives. I don't necessarily care about where the gold is from right now.
Yeah, it's kind of we're kind of in some really bad stuff separate of this, so we kind of need money to help fund it.
Look, I'm not
I'm
judging
running it
you.
right
I'm
now.
just saying that I haven't paid a lot of attention
That's
to
fair.
like
Alright,
where it
alright.
would be. However, I think the best place to start is the governor's house, right? Like I think that's fair.
All
That's a
right,
good
all
point.
right. We can check. The governor's got to know where the money is. It's a good start.
hey, if that motherfucker's still alive, ask him and then kill him. Honestly,
So we'll be back
All
here
right,
in
we're-
24 hours or less.
I have a hard time believing that it's gonna be that quick. Honestly,
So where do you think we should find you if it's longer?
I'm not fucking moving. We're either gonna go back to the other spot or we're staying here. So,
So
Alright,
either of those places.
either of those places.
All right.
All right. Probably don't move till we get back.
Yeah.
All right. Team steal stuff. Let's get this.
Let's roll out.
Hey,
I
Rob,
think it's more repurposing.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Okay, team repurposing if we want to spin it.
God
right.
damn it.
Grand Theft Guapo, motherfucker.
So we lurking out this house now?
We gotta get there
So
first.
so we don't have pass without trace anymore, I would assume. Do we
I
want to
can-
think about this before we do this?
I've got more pass without a traces.
Yay! So let's pop pass without a trace and get sneaking again. Are we going rooftop or are we going streets?
I could go invisible for all I care.
Yeah, that'll really help you be quiet.
The rooftop would help us
They won't see
avoid
me.
making dexterity checks, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think I mean the rooftop has worked really well so far, and we have the tools to get across the like things we need to get across, like even a movable rod and all that. So
What do you
Alright,
mean?
so
That's in
team
front of the
team,
door.
We're taking that shit with us. We're taking that shit with us. And we're
no, we should low key maybe leave that,
oh, but how am I gonna get across the roof?
or we should find another way to like protect that dude.
Well, I guess can we tell Drake's and the other dude to like put a bookshelf or something? Ah, but we got to get back in. You see?
Yeah.
Wait, if they give us the key and we lock the door on the way out, how about that?
Good.
That's fine.
Yeah, if you guys ask for the key, then you guys can get the key. So
Give me the
Alright.
motherfucking key.
yeah,
Let's
no,
get
you
the
guys can lock
key.
it on the way out. Yeah, that's totally
I
fine.
I honestly think they're terrified of us right now, so I don't think they'll complain.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
I mean, Drix is like kind of just given up on like keeping you guys around. Like he doesn't really care at this point because he's like got Doc to his lab, has him working, kind of just there to protect him. So he's like, as long as you guys keep this building safe, I don't care.
All right, let's leave. Let's lock the door and let's hop on these roofs. Do you cast pass without trace, Ansys?
Yes.
All right. Mark
do
those
that.
key points and let's get moving, baby.
Dink dink. I am out of key points, by the way. But yeah, we have an hour of pass without a trace.
We're
Okay.
gonna have to wiggle.
Okay. Okay. You guys are mostly out of like distractions as far as I
Wait, what-
know.
What time is it before you?
It's getting close to like noon right now. So it's like noon 1.
Well, I think
The only distractions we have are the noise sticks, I think.
yeah, I
'cause the
think
firecrackers
only
are with them.
yeah, I think only Asher has noise sticks left.
Okay, let's get another round of stealth checks.
Bada bing.
Don't forget to add your 10.
Okay.
22
21.
this time.
Nice, Kev. Good for you, man.
Huge, man. I got a nat
It's-
20 again, but I rolled with disadvantage.
That's actually so sick because I got a nat 1.
16, baby. I got a 2.
Mine was
Without-
like
Without distraction. Okay, yeah, go ahead, Antis. What's yours? Fucking 32.
35.
Yeah, that's what I fucking
Oh
thought.
my
That outweighs mine.
No.
Nat 20.
Everyone else just stays hidden while you don't. So with the
Favoritism.
DC is also higher without like distractions going off in the distance and everything because now there is nothing happening in the city, right? So you guys are going to be on rooftops, right? Okay. Dawn, you also did not make the DC.
What?
You said 16, right?
Yeah?
Yeah, no, that does not make it.
Damn.
So-
Tough one.
What happens?
DM slash amount.
You guys get through a couple rooftops. Asher, you jump and you land and basically like your left foot just slides out from underneath you as like three like ceramic shingles just
That's tough.
Dawn, you like turn back to like hear, like look back, like, you hear the noise and look back, and you just like don't realize, but you're like backing up, and you kind of like run into something that like knocks, like you know those things that like hold like flags across, like it's just like a
Yeah.
pole, and it just has like decoration out.
Flagpole.
No, I'm trying to think of like the banner, a banner.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for. Um, it basically like knocks it over and just like collapses onto the street and like hits a couple of like the zombies underneath, and it gets their attention to that location. You guys can begin to hear like a cacophony of zombies around you. Moving towards your location. You guys are still on the rooftops, but they know like the general location of where you guys are at.
Keep moving.
Gotta keep going.
I think with them, let's do a dexterity check as we get closer to the governor's house.
If what falls off the roof, it's kind of over.
Could I argue for strength?
Can I argue for strength?
I argue for charisma.
I would say strength to brute force, you'll make noise.
I'd say I got a 15 on dexterity.
I'll just do dexterity.
I'd say. I mean, I got a 3, but I'd say I got a 17.
Wait, did you get a 3?
No, I got a 14, I'd say.
That's an 8.
Alright. So if you rolled below a 12, is that just Arthur?
I got 16.
Damn, okay.
We rolled strength.
He's trying to get us. Woo.
There's a pretty large amount gathering towards your location, and as you like go to jump again, Arthur, your foot slips as well, like on these shingles, and you jump, and it's gonna attract more noise, or I will say that you get to basically pick your outcome here, is that you either don't make it to the other side, or you make noise.
Oh, brother, that's not a question.
So if I don't make it to the other side, am I just gonna fall into all of them?
It's not quite a horde yet, but there's some on the street.
Hey, big dog, you gotta
Brother,
I'm not
make
gonna
some
make
noise.
No, I don't even need. No, I'm not gonna make noise.
Is this
Okay.
nigga serious?
They eating good tonight, motherfucker.
You land like pretty deftly because you planned for this. You knew you weren't gonna make it. You chose the outcome that you thought. However, you were standing in like the center of like a road. There's like 5 to your right, a couple to your left, a couple in front of you, and they're kind of like shambling back towards like the direction you jumped from and like passing by you. I will say, just say what you're gonna do, and then I'll think of like some sort of a check or something like that that goes along with it.
My goal is because using his amazing 8-foot vertical, if you guys reach out, you can just help him climb back up. I think Kevin can.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna lean over.
What kind of He-Man ass jump is this?
He's already 6'8", right? He is 6'8", and he has an 8-foot vertical.
To help
Motherfucker
with
said,
the
"What's
strength
up?"
check
I'm like,
this is going to take, I will put the
I just
immovable rod.
need 10 feet of movement, and I
I'll
can
put the
lean.
immovable rod 2 feet
Is-
below the
is-
eave of the building, so that you can latch
This
on.
is a
Bro
joke.
knows what
This
the
is
fucking eve of a roof is.
Power that to the soffit board. The immovable rod will be there.
Okay, with all of this, I think you can roll a strength check here because you're on the ground. You're not gonna fucking make a bunch of noise. So
All right.
Grab
Okay.
onto my rod.
21.
okay,
He's like a gazelle.
You hang
as he
on.
leaps onto the roof.
you guys kind of like get him up to the top of the roof. However, I think we're gonna re-roll stealth checks at this point.
Oh, do we still got
God damn it.
trace?
Yeah, no, pass out trace is still up. I just think
on the
enough
top rope.
things have happened where you guys break stealth, so you guys have to re-enter it and basically like recenter yourselves.
Natural 20, giving me a
Fuck.
37.
15 for Keegan.
20.
15,
I
I'd
think
say.
A natural
That's
20,
19.
giving me a 34.
19.
Jesus.
19.
Dude,
Jesus
guys,
fuck.
as soon as we get in like the palace, we're screwed.
I
No,
know.
we're cooked.
All of our rolls are gonna be garbage.
You guys look around for Onsis, and he fucking has disappeared into the ethereal realm. Asher is fucking like dissolving into the wood on top of the roof. It's like all of you guys fucking just like center yourselves, calm your nerves, collect your thoughts, and a deaf tone falls across the land, and they are basically centered around the last known location. I will say, with how fucking incredible those rolls were, you guys can make it pretty much all the way to the governor's house or to the barracks without actually drawing more noise.
I'd say let's go to
guess-
the barracks and grab
yeah.
those keys.
Let's
I
get
think
the
I'm real
keys.
noisy.
Depending on how big it is, we send 2 people in because there could be ones in there.
Well, let's post up on the roof maybe and send Ansis in to sneak around.
That's fine.
Because if I go in there, I'm clanking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can go get the keys.
Clanking.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm clanking.
If you guys like want to post up outside of like the barracks area, someone make a perception check to like discern what building you guys like think it's gonna be in. Yeah, go
I have
ahead.
advantage on
Time
those.
to. Oh, word.
16.
Yeah, you're assuming it's there's like it's like 3 long and skinny buildings, and then there's like a head building, and you're assuming it's that one.
You go into the head.
Yep.
Yeah.
The long and skinny of it. But yeah, Onsis, that's kind of like your target.
Yuck.
Well, yeah.
Just like the magic shop all over again. Breaking in.
Yeah, Onsis, you fucking dip, dive, and duck your way to this building. You approach this major building. Are you staying like on top of it roofs as far as you can?
Yeah, I mean, I'll get on its roof in general, and I'm just gonna be walking around like the external walls trying to find a way in, because I've got those slippers that just let me walk on walls and shit. So
I will say it's easy enough. There's like a chimney you can probably just get down if you're gonna be on top of it. So
hell yeah, I'm
I
fucking.
was gonna say your
shimmying down that shit.
fucking stealth check was so insane that nothing is going to perceive you. So
I'm just like walking around, just like chilling.
You like enter through the chimney. You get down there. Make an investigation check for me to find the keys.
Oh shit, I've never done one of those. I don't think. Okay, not bad. Eesh. A 4.
Okay. You're not. He didn't tell you a specific location. You're not quite sure where the keys are, honestly. So you spend probably like 10, 15 minutes looking, and you just can't find them.
Yeah, can I find? Do I know like if there's like an office? Like, do I know that there's like a desk? Or...
So it's like a basically a two. It's like a split room with like an entranceway into a bedroom and an office, and then the rest of it is like a kitchen and sitting area. So if you want to go into like the bedroom and office, I'll say if you go in there, the DC is higher, but you can make another investigation check if you want to like focus on that area.
I'd like to make another investigation check on that, and if that doesn't go well, I have just one other idea.
For sure.
If you get Arthur, he has advantage on investigation. If you need it. Hopefully you don't.
Okay. So if you have advantage on investigation, should I get you before I make another roll, or?
I think it's just like if it really comes down to it, you should probably get him. Like if you can't find anything, then you should.
Okay.
Probably
Okay. Well, I'll roll again really quick, and we'll see what's up. Oh, that's much better. 21.
You focus your attention on like the desk itself in the corner of the room, and you kind of scan, open some of the drawers, and you're just not seeing a key. And then you realize that there's like a lockbox underneath the desk. And it seems like it would hold something of like value,
It's locked.
but it's locked. So
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna hold on to that, And then, is there anything that stands out in that room that like kind of exemplifies anything? Like I know that there's probably something in this box, but I don't know if it's keys, so I just want to check my grounds.
Everything else is kind of just like normal, if that makes any
random
sense.
bullshit.
Yeah, it's like he was just
Yeah,
a
it's like
guy working mostly.
Yeah.
So
Sounds good. Is there any like trunks at the foot of the beds?
doesn't there's like one at the foot, and if you want to go ahead and open it, there's like blankets and stuff in there.
Yeah, it's cool. All right. Well, I'll rejoin the group. There's not like a basement or anything.
No, this is a one story.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll rejoin the group.
Okay.
I'll like come up from like the side wall and just kind of like rejoin and hand it to somebody. I'll be like, "This is really all I could find. I can't unlock it. I don't know how to do that. But if somebody knows how to get this open, there's something in here, I'm sure."
Oi, Mr. Artificer.
Hi.
Cast open.
Like
That's
Arthur
good.
was like Arthur took the box and he's starting to try to like rip it open. So he's like, "Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I'm about to fucking.
All right, here."
I'm getting there. I'm gonna get in there. I can lockpick. I can do
Okay.
that.
Yeah, but say, aren't you like proficient with lockpick because, or like with thieves tools?
Correct.
Well,
Yeah,
do we have
so
a
then-
set of thieves tools?
I think he has to have a set of thieves tools or like certain tools to do his
Well,
shit anyways.
He was
So-
a blacksmith. He can make them.
That is correct. That is correct. I have these tools, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
fucking lock.
You
the fuck
have
out of
'em?
that box.
So that
Let's
means if you're
go.
proficient with them, it's plus your dex. So roll plus your dex plus your proficiency. So
Been talking all this shit about us stealing stuff, and you have fucking lock picks in your bag.
brother.
The
Sometimes you need to be
smile.
active.
Nah, you're
This is-
weird.
This is a grade A thief right here.
That's a
bro.
great
I'm
idea.
weird, bro. I'm weird.
You're weird, bro.
What's that?
This dude was
22.
thieving before we were around.
22.
Boom.
yeah, fucking you work at it for about a minute or so and just clink, 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 and it's open.
Ian's borderline just like, yeah, you guys actually found the cure for the disease and the portal closes. You can
Ian's like, yo, story's over.
I'm waiting
Yeah.
for one natural one, motherfuckers.
We've had plenty.
This has been a very,
Gotta
yeah,
do.
like extreme rolling day.
Yeah.
like, man.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so
but,
what is the box?
Oh, we're trying to fight to stay alive? Not once. We want to know what this book is? 3 natural 20s.
It was the salt plane shit on us.
There is a key ring in the lockbox, and there's like a couple things of paper with like a bunch of writing on it, like a small coin purse. Doesn't look like anything too extraordinary, but
How much gold in the purse?
it's like 15.
I need it.
All right, Don gets 15 for opening the box. Let's grab the keys and get in that shit though.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Yeah, so fucking keyring, you guys. Now that you guys are closer to the governor's house, like you guys can scan the horizon. You can tell which house it is. There's a fuck ton of undead and like fiends outside of it because it is just like a
Damn.
center location. I think that whenever you guys approach the house, I think we should pick up next week from that point.
Sounds good.
Because I think one, I can get you guys a visual as well. So
Yeah, it'd be fire.
Sweet.
yeah.
That'd be gas.
So I think that'll be a great place to leave it off for tonight. A little bit
Sounds good.
of a good episode for you guys.
A little bit of a good
A little
episode.
bit of a good episode.
That was,
It was a-
high rolling.
It's a great fucking episode, brother.
I am low rolling. King got 2 nat ones in a row.
That's why it was great.
Yeah.
All right.
Not only that, the last time he rolled a stealth check, he got a nat 1.
Yeah.
The 3 nat 20s
Brother.
on the book is fucking ridiculous.
On the
That's
fucking book.
I was
On the
literally
book.
waiting for like one more roll each time you guys failed. Like every time you guys were just like one roll away from like shitting the bed.
My favorite part is maybe you guys try burning the forest down.
Yeah.
Like, the
It,
fact that he came back, it's like,
it made sense in like the moment for him to be like, you know, we could try it out.
Yeah, maybe y'all burn the trees.
Because like what I'm seeing is we're getting gypped out of our pay if we help them out, and then they're like, "You burn the forest down. Well, we need the money for the damages, so to pay off your debt, we'll keep the pay."
How
And if
much
we
do
did
you-
this for nothing,
How much
except
do you
helping people.
think a full forest cost? 9,000 gold?
Not 9,000.
Dude, a couple doubloons.
A couple doubloons.
How about
at
the
least.
bloonies?
Probably a single one of those trees is 9,000 gold.
No way one tree is
I
9,000
wouldn't
gold.
doubt it.
They're
We'll
nice
put it on
trees.
We'll put it
They're
on
This is
nice
like
trees.
some people value trees more than others.
Yeah.